Hello, everybody. Welcome in. My name is Todd. Thank you so much for being here. Happy Monday to you. I hope you had a wonderful, wonderful weekend. You are on the reaction stream. You have made it. We have some amazing member-requested videos for you today. Cannot wait to get into it. Let's go ahead and do so. What's up, Moon Carrot? Welcome in, everybody. Hope you had a good weekend. I definitely did. It was a lot of fun. Didn't do much in the way of, venturing out and doing much, but hey, every weekend counts, and I'm happy they're there. I just wish they were a little bit longer, just a little. But let's go ahead and run through this really quick. As I said before, these are all member-requested videos off of toddreacts.com. Certainly check it out. All the tiers you see before you are requesting tiers, which is super great. And there's little differences here and there, so you definitely want to read it and find out what you want to do. And then, of course, the winter collection of merch is available for a very limited time. Of course, summer collection's coming. Ships worldwide, 15% off for members, all that good stuff. And then we have the accessories as well. So go ahead and check those out. And, of course, if you're watching at a later date on the YouTube channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I appreciate it greatly. Over, I believe it's 14,800 of you have already done so. Thank you so much. It's a free and easy way to support the channel. Over 1,200 videos in the backlog, a ton for you to catch up on. And of course, we have playlists as well. So if you're looking for something specific, you will find it. And last but certainly not least, we just had a Discord stream, which if you haven't been or you have no idea what that is, join the Discord. We stream in there once a month. That is for the series members' requests off the queue. And it's a lot of fun. It goes up on the website. Yesterday's is currently on the website for members. So go ahead and check it out. You have over a month to see it. So whenever it fits into your schedule, certainly. And then it will be posted to YouTube in June when we do the next one. So it's about a month delay for the YouTube viewers. But definitely join us in there and check it out. As you can see, here's the Discord. Tells you I'm live, which is super handy. And of course, we have the fandom channels and the community channels, so you can get to know each other, talk about everything you're passionate about, etc., etc. And friends have been made, all that good stuff. So join us in there. You obviously get the perk of the monthly Discord stream, but you also get the perk of friendship. We are selling friendship here. But yeah, join us in there. Join us in there indeed. All right. Let's go over this lineup, shall we? You might have noticed something a little different. I'm dressed for Cinco de Mayo. I know it's not, when it's live, it's not Cinco de Mayo for most of us here, but it's getting there. It's close. It's very close. But let's go ahead and run through that lineup. We're going to start off with, I don't know if it's Milo or Milo. It's one of the other, I'm assuming. Manheim, the puppy interview, and then after that we have Percy Jackson and Annabeth. It's a little I mixed edit and compilation. Edulation. That might be a new word. Let's go with it. What's up, Rack? Welcome in. And then after that, we have Hunger Game TikTok compilation. And then after that, we have Heated Rivalry cast, doing an interview and all that good stuff. And then we are going to end stream with the very funny Dan and Phil, who we have been inundated with lately. They're going to play Gays Against Humanity. That should be hilarious and dirty and funny and just a perfect way to end stream. So we're going to end on a high note, certainly. But let's go ahead and jump into the first one, shall we? It is Milo Manheim or Milo Manheim. I don't know exactly which one. The puppy interview. To celebrate starring in Little Shop of Horrors, invite him to sit back, relax, and play with the cutest puppies around.
Cuteness overload. This is the best day of my life. They're all like little Milos. Oh my god.
It is Milo.
Milo Manheim here with BuzzFeed, and we're about to play
Answers
with the
my
puppies.
question.
I'm ready. Where are the puppies? Okay, I can't.
Bring on the puppies.
Oh, I'm sorry, I don't mean to scare you. You look like a tiger. I'm Milo, nice to meet you. I know, it's very pink in here. You guys are like bears. You're not even like puppies. Here's a toy if you want it. You can't tell me that these dogs are up for adoption. Oh my God, thank you so much for having me, BuzzFeed. This is the best day of my life. I'm loving your spirit, buddy. This is gonna be really hard to answer these questions. You know how like in Hot Ones, people can't answer because it's spicy? I can't answer because it's a cuteness overload. Oh my God. Can you repeat your question? I'm so sorry. Great question. We're bringing Seymour back. Although I gotta say, I feel like a completely different person now. I'm sorry, I'm gonna giggle through this whole thing. It's been cool to look back at that. I mean, they're two
Boosted
totally
a little.
different
Hopefully that
experiences. It
helps.
feels like two different chapters. And I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. This show, Little Shop of Horrors, was not one that I really grew up with, but it's been great to rediscover it in
Welcome
this
in,
way
Willow.
now and figure out just how genius it really is. Ooh, this is a great question. I didn't audition for Little Shop of Horrors. Michael Mayer actually came to see me in American Idiot, which I did with Deaf West in LA. And he was the original director of American Idiot. And when he came to see it, he just met with me afterwards and he was like, how would you like to come to New York and play Seymour? I didn't know how real he was being about it. But then the day the show wrapped, I got an email, an official offer. And I'm just so grateful to be here. And I was really looking forward to finding out who my Audrey was. I am over the moon about Liz. She's amazing. Okay, we're gonna find your names as today goes on. I don't care what this dog's name is right now. You're Oreo. Today you're Oreo, buddy. These are gonna be terrible answers all day. Hey, whoa, hey, boys. Let's separate. Let's chill. This is a loving circle we're in, all right? I do have a pre-show ritual. I'm not a very superstitious person. The only ghost I believe in is the theater ghost. But I will say the first show I ever did was with a woman named Liza.
This is officially the strangest shirt I've ever worn. It's got these frilly things in the center, and the arms are like, I don't know, they're like bowed out. It's very strange. I feel like I should be dancing or something.
Liza Mongeau's, and it was like an after-school production sort of thing. And she introduced me to what we call the idiot dance, which I do every opening night of every show I've ever been in. Imagine kind of like a weird like two-step, and then you just like do this with your hands. It just makes you feel like a clown, which is what you need because you can't take it too seriously or you get too nervous. These were the perfect picks, by the way, these dogs. I don't know where you found them, but they're amazing. I'm really grateful to be working with all these amazing actors in this show. Not here. It's peace here. It's peace and love. I've just honestly been observing all the other cast members and watching what they do and seeing what works for me. So I'm kind of in an experimental time right now about pre-show prep. 25th annual Putnam County Spelling Bee is a great musical. West Side Story is a great musical. Rent is amazing. And Spring Awakening. I love Spring Awakening. Those are just musicals I love. I don't know where I fit in, but I'll take anything. I love performing on stage. I know. You two, grab a toy. Grab a toy. This flamingo. Oh, that kind of worked. You come over here. You're coming over here with me. Okay, I'm holding on to this guy for a sec while Oreo chills out.
Oh my
Incredible.
gosh,
I
so
think that the thing I
adorable.
was looking the most forward to in this show was just finding out how all the mechanics work. To make Audrey 2 feel like a conscious being, there's like 4 people working on it. We call it the 4th pod, the final pod, the big one. Going in it the first time was not as easy as I thought it was gonna be, but we quickly learned. And we have a great team of puppeteers that really helped me figure it out. We're thinking about a lot of things on stage, so when you're in the audience, you don't think about all those mechanics and you can just enjoy the magic. Speaking of magic, there's magic happening all over with these pups. You two, do you guys have beef? I want to know the story behind these two. You gotta come back. Continue.
Oh gosh.
He's a hot topic right now, but I do love Timmy. I love Timothy Chalamet, and I really admire him on the same level that I admire a lot of other older actors as well. I just think the way he holds himself, it's very respectable. Hey, not respectable. What are you doing to Oreo? Maybe I need you, Oreo. Maybe I need you over here with Blondie. Blondie and Oreo. Are these all just types of cookies? I think they are.
You got Snickerdoodle over there.
I can't believe that that's even a question being asked. I would never label myself that. It was such a wild experience, really every night coming out of the theater and seeing how many people are waiting there just to get something signed or take a picture. And I'm so grateful. I really don't feel like I deserve it. I've been called baby girl a lot and I don't necessarily understand what it means. Oh, I keep my nails nice and manicured. I think that's kind of baby girl, maybe. I don't know. I really like to cook. I don't know. I have no idea what baby girl even means. I have to go see that movie though. I heard it was great. Breathers. Oh, also Vocal Zone. Breathers is like a pastille, loosens up your throat, and Vocal Zone does the exact opposite. It kind of dries out your throat, so it's like taking an upper and a downer at the same time. I don't know if it's a placebo effect or if they're really helping, but they taste good. Honestly, right now, I'm on School Spirits Talk. I love seeing all of the edits. I'm on Book Talk always, Cook Talk, and I'm also like on Political Talk right now, which I don't love, but I feel like it's a duty. It makes me want to make this world a better place. Somebody made me a rug that was Wally Clark's jacket. But now I have a rug, which I really needed in my new New York apartment. And it's just awesome. Like somebody really put in the time and effort. And I appreciate that. Honestly, I'll take anything. I have a lot of beaded bracelets with really great sayings and things on them. I appreciate anything. Whatever the writers are doing is amazing. They're brilliant, genius people in that writer's room. So whatever they have in mind is correct. But I just like learning stuff. So as long as Wally gets something new on season 3, I'll be happy. I'm calling you Bear because he looks like a bear. I don't have a singular favorite fan theory, but I will say the subreddit is popping off. You guys are amazing. They were correct about a lot of stuff on the first season. They have great ideas. Sometimes I read the theories and I'm like, oh, we should have done that. That's a great idea. I definitely would want Zed and Wally to meet, both undead football players with charisma and pop.
Honestly, you kind of hope that the writers are checking out the subreddits and whatnot, because I know there's a lot of not great thoughts coming across on Reddit, but also there is a lot of great fan feedback, which is, I mean, I feel like it should be taken into consideration.
Positivity. I think they'd get along really well. I think maybe Ben Plunkett from Prom Pact and Seymour would get along really well. Those would be the two squads, and No Nuts Plunkett and Seymour would like really want Zed and Wally to like them. I'm really lucky to have played generally positive, fun characters, so I think they would all get along and have good conversation and definitely play a lot of football. I think I'd be a really great therapist. I wouldn't be good at like keeping people's secrets, but I really like to help people talk stuff out. And I also would love to just hang out with puppies all day, whatever job that is. I guess I would love to work at BuzzFeed all day and be behind the camera.
Is there a privacy agreement here? No. Nope. I'm going to talk about everything that goes on here, probably online.
Camera bringing these puppies in. I watch Modern Family religiously. I watch it multiple times a day. So I would love to have been a character on Modern Family somewhere. Also Peaky Blinders, maybe Westworld season 1, singular greatest season of television ever. The Office, but I would not want to taint The Office at all. It's just a masterpiece. So Blondie's like crazy today. What? Are you trying to hop that Blondie? He's a little rascal. I think we got Lil Rascal, Oreo, Bear, and Blondie today. I think people would be surprised to know that I was auditioning for Lyle Menendez. It was gonna be a cool opportunity. That show was amazing. Oh, are you about to poop? We're taking a Blondie poop break. It sucks when you really want something and you don't get it. When I was just starting this out, you know, it's hard not to take things personally. But the more you do this, the more you realize like there's just a team of people with a vision and you just didn't align with their vision. And it's not that they don't think you're great, it's just that they're going a different way. I sent a TikTok to Meg Donnelly last night. Also, I sent a meme to Blake Draper today, who was my co-star in Prom Pact. And it's always great. I really love that dude. You know, if you're not gonna appreciate my memes, then maybe we're not destined to be friends. You know what I mean? So I'm grateful. My first celebrity crush of all time was Selena Gomez. Then my strongest celebrity crush was Sofia Vergara in Modern Family. More recently, Gina Torres from Suits. Suits, another show I want to be on. I met Selena Gomez once at the Teen Choice Awards when I was like 12
forgot to unmute
13,
myself.
And it was the first and only time in my life where I felt my knees buckle. I had never felt that way before. My favorite TV show right now is Severance.
I gotta
did
hide
get
some
an
of
audition
these
for a character on
audio
Severance
mixers.
too. I also had a little sneak
Too many
peek
of them.
what the story was going to be season 2, which is one of the best parts.
going on,
about being an
Roxas?
actor.
Welcome in.
This is crazy,
Appreciate
but I
the,
actually auditioned
assist
for
there.
the Italian dude that's in that, he's in one episode, and who they cast is perfect, and he looks great, and the show is great. There's a dog, freaking, you can't see him, but he's sleeping right there, and it's just like, I'm seeing all you guys, but I'm just so distracted. Hold on, I'm taking a pic. Yay, okay. Not much, but I can say it's much bigger and better. I also love the soundtrack. I'd say it's arguably my favorite soundtrack of all the movies. And I love the setting. We shot it in New Zealand, whereas the other movies were all shot in Toronto. Just watch the movie, you guys. I have a lot of useless talents. I would say the most useless one is the fact that I can juggle. I don't think you can do that anywhere where it's helpful.
Hey,
Wow,
one of these days he's gonna have a
Okay, this
job
feels
where they're gonna be
juggleable.
like, I don't know, can you juggle?
Okay, maybe
He'll
it's
be
not
like,
as juggleable as I thought. Wait, let me do
I
this
can.
one. We need air. That's what we need.
Steal a
Alright,
dog
so
in
I
that
need
interview?
balls.
Yeah,
I need
exactly.
balls. I swear I can do it. See,
I guess they're all
told
up for
you.
adoption, so
Balls,
is it
easy.
stealing at
Oh,
that point, or
and
is
I
it
can
just giving
distract
him a loving
Bear while
home?
I'm doing it too. Oh, maybe not. I would want to make a movie where I am in the circus. I took a water break for 5 minutes and I came back and all the puppies are sleeping, including Bondi, which is crazy. I got confidence in my girl Liz Gillies. Why don't we give her a call right now and see what's up? Let's see. Oh, if she doesn't answer. Hey, buddy. Oh, you look great.
Howdy.
Where are you right now?
I'm in the BuzzFeed building.
Oh, perfect. Okay, follow the sound of my voice if you want to play with some cool puppies.
Puppies?
Liz, where you
Follow
at?
the sound of my
Oh,
voice.
I see you. Okay. Mwah. Everybody, Liz Gillies, welcome. This is Blondie. Hop in. Here, I'll give you Blondie. Wow, it's so convenient. You were just chilling here.
I always come to the BuzzFeed building when I need to think.
I know on our day off, this is just the perfect place to be.
What?
I know, right? This is what I went through too when I first got here.
Here's the thing. It's like I am the one that will walk out with all the puppies in my bag, so that's not good.
I told everybody behind the camera not to tell you that they're up for adoption.
They told me.
You know, when I got to New York, I actually got sick immediately with the norovirus. So I was out of rehearsals
man.
for the first week.
That's
and Liz was kind
brutal.
enough to reach out with a FaceTime. And we went through the whole show. You're a very, very sweet person.
That's what you say in the show.
It's, do
That's
I?
one of your lines.
Oh,
you're like,
my
you're a
bad.
very nice person.
I always knew you were.
Yeah, we met over Zoom because we didn't have that first week, but I think we've been getting along rather well. You want to come down?
I'd say so too. I feel like the more time we spend together, the more fun we have.
Yeah, it's been a treat. Milo's great. I learned yesterday he never saw it, and I
Well-
could tell. I knew when I met him because
Okay.
I know.
Sorry. I
You're
mean,
not
look.
mad at you. Why would I be mad? I don't care. But you said you were too old.
You
and
thought
you're
I was
technically
too
young, but you are.
The first time I watched Victorious, I was babysitting these two girls, and then we watched the iCarly crossover episode for the first time, and you're amazing on the show. I think maybe I was expecting a little jade from you, which is why I was
Intimidated.
not like surprised.
But you've never
were so
seen it.
sweet. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I've seen some episodes.
I
I've been
don't
told I'm like
remember
a
her
different font
from
of
that
Robbie,
show.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're a combination, I think, of Robbie and Beck.
This is the best day of my life.
But I need to educate myself on all the Milo, everything. I have to watch your new
my-
show.
that's
Dancing with the
who that
Stars,
is?
I'm a
too.
new fan. You would be great on Dancing with the
Oh
Stars.
my
I'm just gonna
gosh.
let you know right now.
Can't dance, but I guess I'd have a sparkling personality.
You'd be surprised. And also, a personality will take you very far on that show, as I learned.
Tea. I mean, obviously, of course. I've seen all that. I appreciate it. That was one of my first Halloween costumes. Of course, I can't find the picture, which is like the most valuable thing you have as an actor is the pictures of you as children, as the roles you
I
hope to
know.
get cast in
Oh,
one day. That's one of my
right.
favorite roles ever. I deeply relate to her.
You know, the thing is that I just love Flynn so much. I respect him. Whoever they cast as Flynn will be the correct choice. I know that Michael Gracie and team knows what's up, whether I'm in the movie or not.
I'm only gonna see it if you're in it.
Honestly, I'm turning Liz into a Fanheim slowly, day by day.
Well, we're from different worlds. Much like I
Fanheim.
learned the plot of Zombies. I'm Nickelodeon,
True.
and he's Disney.
Who would have thought a Nick kid and a Disney kid would be in New York?
Would be making
Just
out on
like,
Broadway
yeah, for
next week.
like hours at a time. Are you guys kidding me right now? This is the best moment I've had with a dog in my life.
I'll be honest, Milo
Sorry.
said he was coming in here, and I did ask a lot about it to the point where I think he got me invited.
Look, I was like, the more the merrier. I mean, why not? What's better than hanging out with four dogs? Hanging out with four dogs and Liz Gillies. I haven't told her
Idiot
about the
dance?
idiot dance yet. It's a thing that I do on opening night. It's a tradition, and it just like gets my shakes out.
Did you do it on opening night?
I mean, I'm gonna do it on the official opening. Imagine I'm standing all the way up. We walk around in a circle, and we go like this. It's very simple.
So it's like a squat.
Yeah,
So it's
no,
like working
I'm
out?
standing all the way up. It's specifically not gonna make you sweaty. It's not too much.
I don't sweat.
Princess over here.
No, I actually really don't. I don't sweat that much. in
Imagine
real
I'm
life.
si-
And I-
Imagine I'm
You know I
standing
do
all the
the
way up.
sweating for us both on
So
stage.
it's more of a squatting
yes,
thing.
but you smell very good, so it's okay.
Thank you, BuzzFeed. Thank you for this. This has been the singular greatest day of my life. Hey, me and Liz are doing Little Shop of Horrors in New York at the West Side Theater. Oh my God.
You've been there. All of these beautiful puppies are available at North Shore Animal League America. Don't
that's
show
awesome.
it like it's a car.
Don't
I
show.
wanted to like rotate it.
It's
like,
not a glistening ham in a window.
it's just
Look
get
at
you to
this
find
dog.
a home.
I will leave. We're gonna leave. Don't worry.
Yeah, we just we can just cut the
Look
cameras
at
and
this.
just chilling
Look
here
at
for
this
the next
dog.
hour and just vibe out.
It could be yours. Slightly damaged. Low miles. Link down below in the YouTube video description for the original video. Go throw it some much deserved love. Also, check out their channel. They might have other videos that might interest you, of course. So definitely check that out. Let's go ahead and bring up some information on. There we go. Bring up some information on Milo. American actor, best known for his starring role as Zed in the franchise Zombies, as Joseph in the Christmas musical Journey to Bethlehem in 2018, finished in second place in Dancing with the Stars. Currently stars in Paramount Plus original School Spirits. Also announced to be playing Flynn Rider in the upcoming live-action adaptation. So, sure enough, it worked out. Tangled. Career began at the age of 6. Wow. Local after-school program. Since 2008, he starred in 20 different musicals. Dang. Made a 3-line guest appearance on the CBS show Ghost Whisperer with Jennifer Love Hewitt. I remember that one. It was an interesting show. Definitely. He won Outstanding Performance in a Leading Role for the New York Musical Theater Festival for his role in the musical Generation Me. What even is this? It's a television movie? Zombies? At Seabrook High, it's Zoms versus Palms. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. And of course, they ran it into the ground. Zombies 2, Zombies 3, and a fourth, Zombies 4, Dawn of the Vampires. Oh, of course. They had to include the vampires. Oh my gosh. That came out last year. In February 2025, began starring as Seymour, Feed Me Seymour, in the off-Broadway revival of Little Shop of Horrors. In January 2026, was cast as Flynn Rider in the live-action film adaptation of Tangled. Nice. Cool. He's done a lot. Disney finally nails it with the right casting of Tangled in a live-action movie. Finally! Both actors bring proven musical and screen experience to the roles. Croft will take on the role of Rapunzel, sheltered princess with magically long hair, while Manheim will portray Flynn Rider, charming outlaw who helps her escape from her tower. The original 2010 animated film grossed more than $590 million worldwide. Obviously have to adjust that for inflation. So it was probably more like 700 something, or maybe more. Later inspired a successful Disney Channel television series, cementing its place in Disney Animation's second renaissance. So this is the Rapunzel that we will have. There you go. Tegan. And then Milo will be Finn Rider. I think they nailed it. I do. Manheim enters the project with strong Disney credentials. He rose to prominence through the Disney Channel's zombie musical films, where his performances demonstrated both vocal range and comedic timing. Obviously, Little Shop of Horrors. It'll be directed by Michael Gracie, who previous credits include The Greatest Showman. That's a good movie. That is a great movie. And the musical biopic Better Man. Interesting. Screenplay was written by Jennifer Robinson. Production handled by Kristen Burr, longtime Disney collaborator. Film is expected to retain the large-scale musical elements that define the animated original, with new arrangements planned alongside familiar songs. Casting still underway. Mother Gothel, Scarlett Johansson, was previously linked to the role, though no announcement has been made. Expected to move into the next phase of pre-production. Tangled represents more than another remake, although it is. It's a test of whether careful casting and musical authenticity can restore confidence in the studio's live-action slate. Yeah, it has been brutal as of late. It has been absolutely brutal as of late. They have not casted very well. Oh, my gosh. Oh, boy. Yeah, it's been kind of a train wreck. Milo says he's prepared himself to not book live-action Tangled, reveals he cried day of learning he did. 25-year-old actor in preparations for the upcoming live-action adaptation of Tangled, where he's taken the role of the bad boy turned love interest of Rapunzel, Flynn Rider. However, he opened up about psyching himself down for the possibility of not landing it. And admits he broke down in tears at the end of the day after his casting was announced earlier this year. Said he was trying to protect his soul. I spent all my time preparing myself to get the call that I didn't book it. He said in a new feature, anytime you get any role in this industry, it needs to be a perfect storm of timing, of people rooting for you and you matching enough people's visions of the character. He even recalled seeing the original animated movie in theaters when it first came out in 2010. I actually remember going to see it in theaters with my cousin Noah. I was 9 years old, he said with a grin. I just didn't think it would ever be the perfect storm of, for something this important to me. And it was. I'm still pinching myself. That's awesome. I woke up that morning just being like, here comes another day of convincing myself I didn't get this role. When I did, my skin was literally tingling. My body was rushing with so much serotonin, dopamine, and endorphins that I almost looked like I wasn't feeling any emotion at all. I was blank-faced for the whole day. It wasn't until at the end of the day I hung up my last phone call and crumbled into a ball and cried on the floor. Oh, boy. Catherine Hahn has been announced as Mother Gothel. Nice. Cool. Oh, yeah. There it is right there. He notes there are big shoes to fill with the character, but also wants to make it his own. I think that is what scares me a little bit. Finding the balance of making it while also honoring the iconic character he is. But obviously, I'm not a cartoon. Yeah, that kind of... Yes. It's not surprising. I'm not a cartoon, so I'm going to have to make it a little bit different. Yeah, pretty much. It's difficult. It is really difficult. They have struggled mightily, Disney, from trying to get these live-action remakes done and done well. Because it's difficult, right? With animation, you can do anything. I've said this before, but with animation, you can literally draw anything to be on the screen. No budget, nothing. If you can dream it, if you can imagine it, you can draw it on a piece of paper. And that really helps. Really, really helps. Set the tone, set the atmosphere, etc. And trying to bring that to life is so difficult. So incredibly difficult. I guess similar things can be said with books and novels and whatnot, but I don't know. Just seems a little easier to bring novels to life. All right, let's go ahead and jump into the next one. This is Percy and Annabeth. I don't know why they're even doing them, to be honest. Honestly, I don't know. I don't know. I haven't been a huge fan of the live adaptations. I like the animation a lot. I grew up with those. Maybe it's kind of a nostalgia thing. Maybe it's the fact that I'm just more used to seeing those stories animated. But I don't know. I honestly, it just seems like a cash grab. Because there's no improving it. Like, you're not going to improve on the animation in a live action. It's got to be just to earn a few extra bucks, basically. Or hopefully introduce it to a new generation, which maybe are less likely to check out animated features. I don't think that's true, judging by the success of other animated movies and whatnot. So I get that it's maybe easy cash, but people have been demanding original Disney movies for years at this point. That's the problem. That is the problem. They have not had great originals in a while. I know they've had quite a few, somewhat recently, I guess, but nothing quite to the level of the ones that came out in my childhood, and even the ones a little after, like the original. The original Moana, amazing. That's Disney, right? Or am I just spitting nonsense? I think it is, right? The original was phenomenal. The sequel was horrendously bad. Yes, it's Disney. Okay. Sequel was terrible. And what I found out was they were going to make it into a Disney Plus show. And I was like, oh boy, I don't know about that. And then at the last minute, they're like, you know what? Let's make it a movie. So they took this huge script or idea and tried to condense it into 2 hours or less. And it was so bad. So bad. Like, it introduced people, but didn't introduce them. All of a sudden, there was these teammates of Moana, and you had no idea where they came from, who they are, why they're there. Like, oh my gosh. The songs were not as good. Like, it was just crazy. Absolutely crazy. I was like, all right, at this point, this is just a money grab. Oh, we're getting sequels and live actions. Yes, indeed. That is unfortunately true. And then every once in a while you have, a novel-based movie or whatever. Project Hail Mary comes to mind. They're doing a lot of biopics now, or biopics, however you want to say it. That'll eventually get very old if it hasn't already. I know the Michael one has come out and it's doing extremely well, so that's good. But, 4, 5, 6 biopics later, or biopics, are we tired of it at that point? Do we throw those in with the sequels and just go, come on now? But I don't know. It's just, there's not a lot of risk taking right now because money is tight. Money is tight. And they apparently, from everything I've heard and read, they just don't want to take the chance of not succeeding at the box office, basically. So they're going with established IP and, sequels of things that did well. They'll remake things that did well. Like, it's really just kind of a toss-up as to what kind of stuff we're going to get. Project Hail Mary was phenomenal. That was based off a novel, So it's possible for, not original because it is based off a novel, but you know what I mean. Original in the sense of movie. It's possible to get those, but it's so few and far between. Few and far between. If you ever want to think about this or look into this further, just look at a theatrical release calendar for, I don't know, early 2000s. Whatever year. Pick a year, random year, and then check out all the movies that came out that year. It's crazy. It is absolutely crazy. Now we're begging for just like 2 or 3 really good movies a year, but it used to be like just killer's row of movies. It was unbelievable. I've done that before where you just look at a random year and look at the top box office numbers. Oh, it's crazy. It's crazy. You're just like, wait, what? How many? Like, it makes sense that people were going to the movie theaters a lot back then. Talking more about like Disney animated movies, but yeah, biopics is a whole other. Yeah, it is. Love Project Hail Mary. I had a blast listening to the audiobook last year. Yeah, it was so good. So good. Very emotional. I should have known that going into it. Like, Interstellar is highly emotional at points. This was like really emotional as well. Let's go ahead and jump into the next one. It is Percy and Annabeth. This is obviously from Percy Jackson. This is me trying. Here we go.
Percy Jackson,
Annabeth's the head counselor.
My children.
son of Poseidon.
You are loyal to your mother. Yes,
Poseidon has claimed you. This is his will.
you stand by her.
Always. My father, Poseidon, has ignored me my entire life.
You love her?
Of course I do. I don't want anything from him.
What was that back there?
What did you hear? You can't ask her, can you?
I just want to ask my mom for help.
I chose her because I couldn't
Wow, I didn't even realize this was Taylor.
imagine we'd ever be friends. I didn't mean it that way. I thought we'd done this for Al.
She said my impertinence wounded my mother's pride.
I told Chiron I needed someone who wouldn't hesitate to sacrifice me if the quest required.
And that will be my doom.
He agreed. No, we're all getting out of here together. Believe me, I wish there was another way this quest succeeds.
We won't make it.
I just don't see it.
Alberto offered to help our quest if I gave you up to her.
Medusa offered to help me save my mom if I turned to the two of you. What did you say?
What'd you say? I killed your sister.
I got over her head.
You walk out of here with that shield. She will be proud, and you will be forgiven.
I know you think it's all just in my head.
Athena declared that I had embarrassed her and I needed to be punished.
That is not what happened. And you are a liar.
Not him. He.
It all feels different somehow.
Did I tell myself my mother cares because
He saved me.
That's what a good mother does for her children.
it's easier that way? I'll be okay. I trust your dad. I'm not leaving the underworld without your mom.
You won't save her.
Let's go get your mom.
That's what will be keeping the master boat. And your mom. You're lucky we're letting you keep your head down. Don't push it. Eat or be eaten. Power and glory and nothing else matters.
She's going to betray you.
He isn't that way.
Sooner or later, people like her,
You okay?
they always do.
He's better than that.
I don't think she's like that.
I'm not leaving here without my friend.
Annabeth.
He's alive. I know it's
What would you have to regret?
What's up, Witch? Welcome in.
It's okay. Go. Percy! You can do this. I know you can. Run! Now!
She made it.
Well, that was adorable. That was absolutely adorable. Link down below in the YouTube video description for the original video. Go throw it some much-deserved love. Also, check out the channel. They might have other videos that might interest you, of course. So that was a coupling video, if you will. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. The layers you put to this with these parallels, just wow, somebody said. I'm honestly scared to find out what her regret is. A lot of people said it was beautiful. I agree. Let's go ahead and bring up some information on Percy Jackson and Annabelle. Creating real magic on Percy Jackson Season 2. Can I talk about my favorite shot of the entire season? Cinematographer said. Lovely reader, this is a question this writer could never say no to. It's the opening of the chariot race, he said, when they're all lined up on the field and the camera tracks past all the characters in the chariots, and it gets tighter. And then there's this push in on Leah, the actress who plays Annabeth, in that gold costume, and I'm not even looking at the chariot. I'm looking at the gold of her costume. That shot is my favorite shot in the entire series. Leah looks so gorgeous, but it's the costume, Kate, that jumps off the screen, and I remember you gave me that helmet. Second season's costume designer, Catherine, had given him a helmet one of the characters had worn, a piece he kept on his desk throughout all of filming season 2. It was Annabeth's from the same scene he was talking about. Chariot race is about to begin. Interesting. It's just every time I see it, it just kind of squeal with delight. And that, to me, was season 2 of Percy Jackson and the Olympians. It's not that shot that summed up the whole show, how exciting it was, how beautiful it was, but also what an amazing job Kate did with costumes on the season. The chariot race is a point of pride for everyone who worked on this series, and when I met with O'Loughlin and Adair, when I understood its complexity, my admiration of this excellent series grew exponentially. I was very, very lucky in the support that I got from the other departments. Adair told me of her work on the series, including the stunt department, who said that the actors needed better protection and the role models in Percy are really solid. They're flawed and they have their vulnerabilities. They're beautifully written and they deserve, for the audience and for their generations of people who have been inspired by these characters, they deserve to be dressed properly. It's just that simple. You don't want them in dumb clothes. The audiences, the generation that's coming up, are visually very smart. They know when it's not real. They know when it doesn't make sense. That is so true. That is so wildly true. How many times have you seen a show or movie and the costuming is like cheap or they didn't put a lot of budget towards it and it is noticeable? Like it's noticeably bad. That is, it's immersion breaking. It really is. They had to be in armor that looked amazing on camera, but that was also safe as well. We had to photograph them with chariots at horse-drawn chariots behind them. We had to put them on the process trailer. We had to keep them safe, but at the same time, it had to look amazing. It had to look exciting. It had to look incredible. We had to do it justice to this sequence in the books for all the fans that were expecting it. Like Ben-Hur in 1925, Ben-Hur 1959, two iconic films, one of which won more Academy Awards than any other film in 1959. And the most iconic sequence in that film is the chariot sequence. Yeah, I think I've seen that actually. Ben-Hur was one of my dad's favorite movies, so I've probably seen that scene. So there was so much going on that it was amazing that we had time to do anything else. This has got to be her. Yeah. Obviously, it's blurry as heck because the image is about that big, but it looks good. It looks really good. Like they spent some time on that. It looks like Troy. Very cool. Very, very nice. When did you first realize that Percy and Annabeth had feelings for each other? Hello. Before they officially got together 7 months ago. I didn't start the books until after I saw fans obsessing over them, so I went in already knowing that they end up together. However, I feel like even if I hadn't known beforehand, I would have caught on early anyways, because there's a lot of pre-relationship moments that make it very obvious. Sea of Monsters, I believe, when Percy comments he doesn't like when Annabeth talks about Luke. He threw himself into dangerous waters to save her. The entirety of the Titan's Curse is Percy crashing out over Annabeth being kidnapped. Aphrodite appears to look like Annabeth when she meets Percy just before Bianca's death. Hell, she even tells Percy he likes Annabeth, and it took the dude 1.5 more books to realize it. Hey, hey. Some of us are clueless, all right? It's not of our own doing. We're just happen to be clueless. What's up, Deep Sinker? Welcome in. Percy straight up has an anxiety attack when he thinks Annabeth is going to swear off men forever and join the hunt of Artemis. Then in Battle of the Labyrinth, Percy blows up the whole Pacific Northwest via Mount St. Helens after Annabeth pecks him on the lips. Well, there you go. BOTL, Battle of the Labyrinth, is literally Percy's personal harem. What do you mean everyone in the labyrinth with him likes him at the same time? Nico, Annabeth, Rachel. Piper was right about something. Percy needs Annabeth to keep him in check. Otherwise, he's totally unhinged and dangerous. Personal harem is crazy. I mean, at that point, that wasn't quite wrong. Titan's Curse gave it so much weight, and it's where I started to realize, holy crap, this can actually happen. It made Percabeth. All right, we got the couple name already. Percabeth, a real possibility for me. I wasn't expecting a good ship to care about in this series, so color me delightfully surprised. That scene from The Lightning Thief where they are stuck in that bus, and also how Percy awkwardly dances with Annabeth in the beginning of the book, and they dance again at the end of the book. I kind of already knew something was cooking in the zoo truck scene. I think that set up my enemies, rivals to lovers preference for books. Percabeth, that's so funny to say. Percabeth definitely influenced my romantic radar in literature heavily toward liking rivals to lovers. They set the bar for friends to lovers for me. They're trusting each other. Genuine fondness before the romance stuff was obvious. Makes the actual romance so much cooler to me. In Sea of Monsters, Percy had printed out picture of Annabeth, who I may remind you he knew for like a summer at that point. He printed out a picture of her from an email. That is down bad. Annabeth had a crush on Percy since the zoo truck scene. Okay, all right. Interesting. But like both of them, it was pretty undeniable by their last dance in Titan's Curse, or how mad Annabeth got that they weren't really going on a date in Labyrinth. Really, most of their interactions in Labyrinth. Yeah, it seems like everybody has pretty much the same kind of thoughts on this. When they got together. That person's not embarrassed one bit. When did I realize it? When they got together. They were never enemies, by the way. Interesting. Just no shame on that one at all. And I appreciate it. You know? Some people don't look for that stuff. I'm probably guilty of that. But yeah, that's pretty late in the game, I suppose. Percy Jackson, the Olympians, Season 2's 16 best Percy and Annabeth moments. Warning! Major spoilers for Season 2. Percy keeps a photo of Annabeth, which is literally what we just talked about. Didn't take long for a stellar Percabeth moment to come along. Episode 1. Percy holding on to a photo of Annabeth is straight out of Riordan's Sea of Monsters, which we love to see. Even better, Tyson embarrasses Percy in front of Annabeth, calling him out for gazing at her photo all the time. Yeah, that man is sick. Sick. That's how down bad he is. He is sick of love. Full of it. I never said boyfriend, episode 1. Oh boy. Oh boy. This sounds, oh gosh. I'm already cringing at this. Percabeth shippers, did this interaction also make you scream after Annabeth picks up Percy and Tyson to take them to camp? They're magical taxi drivers, the Grey sisters. Assume Percy is Annabeth's boyfriend. Annabeth panics, naturally. I never said boyfriend, she swears before addressing Percy directly. I never said boyfriend, I didn't. Lady doth protest too much, methinks. Percy asks Annabeth about her summer, episode 1. Before they get interrupted by some fireball-throwing cannibals, well, that is tragic. Percy and Annabeth almost have a heart-to-heart on the walk to camp. Percy wants to know what Annabeth thought of Space Mountain in school after he urged her last season to try to indulge in normal kid things, which I am fully in support of. I don't go here at all, but I remember my favorite K-pop idol ships this. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. Cool. She told him some of it, but a perceptive Percy says, I did read your letters, and honestly, I feel like he left some stuff out too. He knows her that well. That's what I'm trying to do now. This is all in the first episode? Good grief. All right, they're laying it on thick. Laying it on really thick. Our favorite interaction in episode 1 comes in the form of Annabeth trying to spend some time with Percy. Even though their exchange outside of Percy's cabin is a bit overshadowed by Annabeth's distrust of Tyson, she puts herself out there. But the best part is when Percy calls Annabeth out for not reaching out over the summer as much as she could have. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Yeah, it's amazing how that can really backfire. Really backfire. She explains, which makes him... That's what I'm trying to do now, she explains, which makes him soften and offer to meet her in a few minutes. She turns him down, ultimately, to taste of the angst to come. Oh boy. Oh boy. Lots of angst incoming. Oh boy. What? Okay, we're finally on to episode 2. Annabeth betrays Percy. Show Percabeth is already far angstier than book Percabeth. And we're loving it. Oh yeah. Who doesn't love a good angst? Oh, it's beautiful. That's what made Summer I Turned Pretty so huge. People love the angst. It is an audience keeper. When Annabeth finds out about Percy's involvement in the Great Prophecy, she tries to keep him from going on the quest for his own good. She keeps her knowledge a secret, so Percy's totally blindsided when Annabeth convinces Clarice to choose someone else for their trio. So while it's not a sweet Percabeth development, it's definitely an interesting one. Give us the drama. Annabeth comes clean about Summer, episode 2. The angst just keeps coming. Oh, I bet it does. Percy's fatal flaw is loyalty, by the way, so this is extra hurt. Yeah, that's... Oh, jeez. It's got to feel brutal. The angst just keeps coming. Percy figures out that Chiron told Annabeth to keep him away from the quest, but she still refuses to tell him why. Their tense exchange by the lake does make her reveal something else. She actually didn't like all of the normal kid stuff that Percy does. In response to her sincerity, in true Percy fashion, he asks, "Did you watch Jaws?" Oh, Percy. Percy does get there eventually, reassuring Annabeth that just because she only knows how to be a demigod doesn't mean they can't be friends. He asks one more time to let him in on the secret, but they don't get there before Tantalus barges in with a crossbow. I Trust You, episode 3. We love how the show has upped the drama by having Annabeth try to protect Percy from his fate, and how Percy instinctively trusts that she has a good reason for keeping the prophecy details secret. And he asks Annabeth to keep him on the right track, warning him anytime it looks like he's headed into the wrong direction. Their friendship is getting stronger in every episode. Luke angst. Hey, everybody gets a little angst. Episode 3, Percy and Annabeth have differing opinions when it comes to handling Luke. Percy thinks he's beyond saving and needs to be stopped from resurrecting Kronos by any means necessary, while Annabeth is holding out hope that they can bring him back from the dark side. In episode 3, however, Percy almost immediately folds when Annabeth insists on capturing Luke instead of killing him. Annabeth tells Percy about the great prophecy, episode 3. All right, here we go. Spilling the tea, spilling the truth. What's up, Joanna? Just recovered from a migraine? Well, congratulations. Migraines are awful. Truly awful. Glad you're okay and over that. Compared to the book, it doesn't take nearly as much time for Annabeth to relay the great prophecy to Percy, deciding that he deserves to know his own fate. Annabeth is in total turmoil since she learned that the child of the Big Three is destined to destroy or save Olympus. Now the air is finally clear between her and Percy, even if the latter wishes he didn't know the details after all. Boiler Room Conversation, episode 4. More action heavy, but before they get into the thick of it, Percabeth has a needed heart-to-heart. Annabeth, revealing her guilt over Talia, proves just how much she trusts Percy, but it's Percy's response that made us Percabeth shippers want to shout from the rooftops. When Annabeth says Talia risked her life for someone she barely knew, Percy counters, "It only took me 2 days to see how special you were." Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. That one landed. Episode 5, I'd burn it all down. I'd burn it down. I'd burn the city down for you. Whereas episode 4 is light on the Percabeth, the next one is a sledgehammer. Honestly, we put the entirety of episode 5 in the highlight reel. One of the most major moments comes when Percy and Annabeth find themselves in Circe's spa. Book readers already knew that the setting gives Percabeth their most standout Sea of Monster scenes, but the show makes their visit even more memorable by having Circe reveal Percy's fatal flaw. Shaken about how his loyalty might impact the outcome of the quest and prophecy, Percy says this absolute banger of a line. Quote, "If I had to choose between saving you or saving Olympus, Annabeth, I'd burn it all down." Whoa. 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 Okay. Burn it all down, huh? That is so irresponsible, isn't it? Percy saves Annabeth from the sirens. Wait, I thought it would be the other way around. Episode 5, the whole siren sequence is prime Percabeth. The show switches things up from the book by having Annabeth tie Percy to the ship's mast. Oh. So he's even more desperate to save Annabeth when she's entranced by the siren's song. Okay, they flipped it. Thankfully, he does free himself, and the rescue aftermath gives us another major Percabeth line. Once again, courtesy of Percy, when Annabeth questions what Percy saw as a result of the siren's song, which reveals your greatest desire. Oh boy, here we go. Here we go. He says, "Just you." Percy guesses that he could focus on Annabeth because she shielded him. Their bond is already that strong. The dialogue almost. The scene. Oh, Percabeth. Percabeth. That's right, Percy. Not Percabeth. Appreciate the heads up on that. Percabeth. Absolutely no chill when it comes to Annabeth. Good luck to him in season 3 when she gets kidnapped. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, that's going to be brutal. Let's see, what else? Their bond is already that strong. Dialogue almost makes up for not getting Percabeth's underwater hug from the book. Oh, geez. Percy sacrifices the golden fleece to save Annabeth. Episode 6. Percy, your fatal flaw is showing. Like the book, Percy is desperate to save Annabeth. When she's injured in a fight with Polyphemus. Ooh, I think I nailed that one. But that's where the similarities end, since the show puts Luke into the mix and traps Percy in Polyphemus' cave preventing him from getting to Annabeth, although the cave crew does have their hands on the healing golden fleece against Clarice's wishes. Percy snatches the fleece and hands it over to Luke, sacrificing the quest and Camp Half-Blood for Annabeth. I mean, judging on what he's said previously, that makes a lot of sense. Platonic or not, that's a sign of true love if there ever was one. Yeah, I think the signs are pretty hot and heavy, honestly. Percy rescues Annabeth from Luke, episode 7. Is he going to be like, I knew it. I knew it. You didn't listen to me. I knew it. I shouldn't have folded. Every change season 2 made from the book gives fans so much more Percabeth material, including Annabeth being kidnapped by Luke at the end of episode 6. True to form, Percy ignores Clarice's insistence that they should prioritize getting the Golden Fleece back over Annabeth. When he does find Annabeth again, Percy says, "You're my priority and the fleece is hers." I know that's right. Plus, we get Percy wearing Annabeth's Yankees cap during the rescue mission. Adorable. Episode 8, you drool when you sleep. There isn't much Percabeth in the finale episode, which focuses on the showdown between Camp Half-Blood and Kronos' followers. Most notably, it's missing Percabeth's chariot race win at the end of the book, which sees Annabeth kiss Percy on the cheek. Whoa! Still, they do get a few moments. After the gang heals the tree and saves the camp, Percy wakes up in the infirmary, reminiscent to season 1 when Annabeth famously tells Percy that he drools when he sleeps. This time, it's more of a trio scene with Grover saying the famous line with Annabeth, but it's still a cute, lighthearted exchange. Episode 8, the beginning of Talia, Percy, and Annabeth angst. We're so ready to see Talia and Percy fight over Annabeth in season 3. Oh boy. Final moments of episode 8 indicate the show clearly headed in that direction, with one shot placing Annabeth at Talia's side and Percy on the other side of the room. They glare intensely at each other as Talia, recently revived, demands to know where Luke is. At this point, Percy suspects that Talia is going to cause the downfall of the Olympus, which could drive a wedge between himself and Annabeth. Again, Percabeth is a slow burn, so we don't really mind another obstacle. Bring on the tension. Oh boy. Book 2's ranked at the bottom for me. Interesting. I actually like season 2 better than book 2. I can understand it. I don't know if I would go that far, but I did love every change they made from book to show. That's nice. I mean, the fact that the author is like involved, like heavily on the show is just amazing. Truly amazing. And it seems like any sort of changes from the book is trying to make it better, which is a great thing. Boy, that's tricky business when you start messing with what has come before. And you're like, I bet we could make it better. But knowing that the author is signing off on some of these things and actually coming up with some of these things, I don't think it's going to be any issue at all, which is super cool. Super cool. Seems like a great show. Again, it's like right into the wheelhouse for me. It's coming of age. It's got action. It's, involves magical elements, if you will. Like, it's just got everything. And hopefully, I haven't seen too much of it, but I think the CGI is pretty okay, if not good. So that's good. It's just got kind of everything. Seems like a great show. Hopefully season 3 does not disappoint. That's going to be tricky. They've built up quite the fan base, so I think they're not going to let them down. Come out this year, yeah. I think they said Q4 or something, right? Amazing. It's pretty impressive they're able to turn it out that fast. I think they saw what happened to other shows just get caught up in year to year, and all of a sudden there's like 2 years between, 3 years between, and people are like, oh my gosh, come on. You don't want to lose your audience just by, taking too long to produce it. Let's go ahead and jump into honestly, a fairly similar kind of show. Obviously, a YA novel inspired. Hunger Games TikTok edit, because we are getting a new movie in 2026. Indeed, we are. Indeed, we are. I saw recently that on YouTube, they were actually playing the Hunger Games movies, or like favorite clips from the Hunger Games movies. And it was just a marathon of that. I was like, So I started watching a little bit of it, and I was like, dang, these movies. I personally like the first one probably the best, because it gives you kind of the lowdown of everything, and it's like your first taste of the story, so it's almost always best. But I've kind of shifted my opinion on the movies. I used to think the first one was good, and then the rest were eh. But I've kind of shifted on that, where I really like the second and third, even the fourth. Like, they're good. Like, they all have their own thing that they can stand on. And I appreciate it. I really do. It just took me a couple years to finally appreciate them like I should. Same thing with Twilight. When Twilight came out, I was just vehemently against it, because it was, I guess it was contrarian of me, but it was everywhere. It was literally Twilight Mania. Everybody at school was talking about it. I didn't want anything to do with it just because everybody was talking about it. And then I finally saw the first one, and I'm like, yeah, that's good. That's good. Why did I hate this again? Everybody kind of had that realization about Nickelback and Creed recently. Growing up, everybody hated, whether it was performative or whatever, hated those bands. And then all of a sudden, people were just like, you know what? They were pretty good. They had some bangers. Not going to lie. It's like everybody just completely went the other way on that. Sort of count Hunger Games as a classic at this point. Honestly, yeah. Twilight, Hunger Games, they're all classics at this point. Maze Runner, I love that series. I thought those were great. Divergent series was pretty good. I wouldn't put it above any of those, but I did enjoy the Divergent series. Great books is just discussion pieces, right? Stop, I love Nickelback. Growing up, a lot of people, I think it was just performative, really. A lot of people pretended to hate Nickelback. I don't know. I never really got it. I always loved their, not all their songs, but a couple of them were very catchy. But for some reason, just, I don't know, in the pop culture, they were kind of looked down upon. It was very strange. I love Divergent, but the last book made me forget their existence. It's always the ending, isn't it? The ending is always difficult to land. All right, here we go. Hunger Games TikTok edits, because we are getting a new movie in 2026. Honestly, I did too until it popped into my brain.
I did know Rue. She wasn't just my ally, she was my friend. I see her in the flowers that grow in the meadow by my house. I hear her in a Mockingjay song. I see her and my sister Prim.
But I'm in the trees, I'm in the breeze, my footsteps on the ground. You'll see my face in every place, but you can't catch me now.
That's why nobody wants to watch the games. It's because people know deep down that winning a war 10 years ago doesn't justify starving people's children, taking away their freedoms, their rights. The Capitol is supposed to be everyone's government now. It is supposed to protect all of us. I don't see how making children fight each other to the death is protecting anyone.
Turn your weapons to the Capitol. Turn your weapons to snow. This is what they do. And we must fight back!
Nobody decent ever wins the game.
Nobody ever wins the games, period.
Oh no, I was muted. Okay. I said, thanks for pointing it out, by the way. I said basically this was V for Vendetta for kids. Adults had V for Vendetta, kids had Hunger Games. Might be controversial, but it kind of lines up. Very similar take on the Capitol, take on the rulers kind of film message.
These games are going to be different.
Can't remember if they came out around the same time.
There's no rulers.
Actually, let me look that up real quick. When did that come out?
Good.
2005, and I think Hunger Games was 2009, right? No, 2012? Jeez. Well, it's a couple years later.
My love, you have my heart. All eternity. If I die in that arena, my last thought will be of your lips.
First book came out in 2008. The original Hawkeye. I finally saw that movie, and I thought it was great.
I need you. Will you stay with me?
You die, and I live, and I have nothing. Nobody else that I care about.
I'm not going anywhere. Okay? You watched over me, now I'm watching over you.
It's not the hunger revealing, nor the ricochet in the cave, nor the hand that is healing, nor the nameless grave. It's not the room.
Twice the number of tributes, twice the glory. It's time for the second quarter quell. Let the 50th Hunger Games begin!
It's such a wild concept. Like, hey, let's have all these kids kill each other, and then we watch it for fun. Okay.
Katniss Everdeen is a symbol. They're a Mockingjay.
They're not happy with you
Why? Because I didn't die?
because you showed them up.
It must be a fragile system if it can be brought down by just a few berries.
You know what's funny? I still say I volunteer as tribute, non-ironically. Like, it just immediately pops into my head whenever it's applicable.
If a girl from District 12 of all places can defy the Capitol and walk away unharmed, what is to prevent them from doing the same? What is to prevent, say, an uprising?
This is the revolution, and you are the Mockingjay.
All images of a Mockingjay are now forbidden.
The Capitol, you're the only thing that they're scared of.
She's mythic.
I think a lot of people do. Yeah.
Come on, man.
Absolutely. Especially
Nobody decent ever
anybody that, you know,
Nobody
was
ever
around
wins
for
the
those
game,
specifically.
period.
It's like burned into the
There's
generations.
There's no winners.
You can't catch me now. I'm higher than the hopes that you brought down. You can't catch me now. I'm coming like a storm into your town. You can't catch me now. I'm higher than the hopes that you brought down. You can't catch me now. I'm coming like a storm into your town. You can't.
You're still trying to protect me. Real or not real?
Real. That's what you and I do. Peter lives in me. Promise me.
Nobody needs me.
I do. Look at me. Stay with me.
And I don't wanna go home right now.
Their initial interactions, PETA and Katniss, were so awkward. Oh my gosh. It was so, like, I don't know what was going on, whether the dialogue was not good or the acting was meh, but it was so strangely awkward. Maybe they were supposed to be that way. It was hard to watch. Donald Sutherland played such a great snub. Katniss is supposed to be bad at talking to people. Well, nailed it. Nailed it. Absolutely nailed that. It was so well done that it was like giving me secondhand embarrassment.
To the glorious reaping of District 12.
At least the prequel and then a movie straight after for both the prequels.
Nobody needs me.
I do. I need you.
All I know is that I would have saved myself a lot of suffering if I had just given that bread to the pig.
Stay with me.
One day, I'm gonna volunteer, just like you did.
But no one likes to show off, okay?
And I couldn't save her. I'm sorry.
I've only watched the first Hunger Games movie. I feel so out of the loop constantly. That was me for the longest time, actually. I saw the first one, and then I just didn't watch any of the other ones.
Come outside. Take off your disguise. Peek inside. Am I right? Don't be acting shy. I heard it's up. I wanna fly. I said, Jada, can you slide? This was her reply.
Bitch, I'm so for real. You in the presence of a queen, you supposed to kneel. Don't even need to post a reel, you should know it's real. You want the smoke for real? Don't make me leave you bitches tripping like you broke a heel.
Annie, Annie. You're safe.
Definitely got to do a binge. 100%. Just spend a weekend or whatever and just enjoy it. Or don't. You know, maybe you don't enjoy it. But you just kind of get through it. That was kind of me with Twilight. I really liked the first one. I thought it was pretty good. And then I just kept going and I'm like, But I was like, I gotta get through this. Gotta get through this. I gotta see them all. And then after watching them back again, I kind of enjoyed it more. I don't know why. I think I was just comparing it to the first one.
Just for you. I don't take these things lightly.
With each love I could lose, I was never the same. Watching still living roots, be consumed by the flame.
I was gonna say have fun with Hunger Games a bit. It's like it's bleak. Yeah, it's have a really melancholy time. Just have a nice melancholy weekend, actually.
And I'd give up forever to touch you, 'cause I know that you feel me somehow. You're the closest to heaven that I'll ever be, and I don't wanna go home right now. And all I could taste is this.
Nobody needs me.
I do. I need you.
For the longest time, I was so anti-PETA. I was like, I don't need you. We don't need you. Katniss might need you, but the rest of us don't. And then by the end, I was like, oh, okay, I get it. I think this song probably got claimed, so they removed it. Might have been one of those songs that blocked the video. Jail. I don't know. PETA was just very ugh.
The mail tribute from District 12. Hey, Mitch Abernathy.
You can catch me now. I'm higher than the hopes that you brought down. You can catch me now. Coming like a storm into your town. You can catch me now. I'm higher than the hopes that you brought down.
What about you?
Nobody needs me.
I do. I need you.
The capital would forget her. The districts barely knew her, and District 12 had never accepted her as one of their own. Goodbye, Lucy Gray. We hardly knew you.
Song that got copyrighted. I've been noticing that more and more songs getting not just copyrighted but blocked. Like it just blocks the whole video because you used a song.
me.
Districts barely knew her, and District 12 had never accepted her as one of their own. Goodbye, Lucy Gray. We hardly knew you.
Goodbye, Lucy Gray. Hardly knew ye. Link down below in the YouTube video description for the original video. Go throw it some much-deserved love. Also, check out their channel. They might have other videos that might interest you, of course. Let's go ahead and bring up some information on Hunger Games. The Hunger Games to you. That's The Hunger Games to you. How The Hunger Games transcends make-believe. The hit young adult series The Hunger Games may entertain audiences young and old, but underneath the fantasy is an invigorating cautionary tale. City is destroyed while war wages on. Crumbling buildings, smoke-filled sky plague the area in the wake of destruction and the desolate landscape, however, emerges a voice. I want to tell the rebels that I am alive where the capital has just been bombed, full of unarmed men, women, and children. President Snow says he's sending a message. Well, I have one for him. You can torture us, bomb us, burn our districts to the ground. But do you see that? Fire is catching. And if we burn, you burn with us. That is a great, great speech. While this scene may feel like something ripped from the headlines today, in fact, these words were uttered by none other than the famous Katniss Everdeen amid war in Mockingjay, the third book of the trilogy. Hunger Games was published in 2008 by Suzanne Collins, first introduced readers to the world of Panem, futuristic America. Many may know the Hunger Games as a young adult dystopian franchise. That's a good way to describe it. What lies underneath, however, is a multifaceted political commentary of the fabric of American politics. I don't write about adolescence. I write about war for adolescents. That is such an interesting sentence. Each district is occupied by a different industry. In particular, Katniss's home district of 12 experiences the toils and grunt of mining. Beyond the wear and tear of daily life in the districts is the macabre reality of the Hunger Games. The annual event pits two adolescents, ages 12 to 18, from each of the 12 and throws them into an arena. The chosen 24 subsequently experienced the test of survival until one victor rises. Literally, they just kill each other. So, well, I guess you could also just die, snake bite, spider get you, whatever. But for the most part, there's a lot of killing involved. Why does this exist? Is it for the capital's entertainment, protected by their place in the social hierarchy, or is it to punish the districts? While a case could be made for all of the above, the torture of the Hunger Games is undeniable. Annual ritual becomes a pillar of suffering, where the hopes and dreams of the tributes are crushed beneath the capital's relentless desire for control and dominance. Hunger Games as an entity becomes a manifestation of the capital's authoritarian grip, showcasing the lengths to which power will go to assert itself, even at the expense of the young and the innocent. It's pretty crazy. If you have not seen The Hunger Games, I definitely think you should see it. It is a wild, especially the original trilogy. Yeah, Donald Sutherland plays a great President Snow. His control of the games and the districts under an iron fist greatly compares to tyranny today. Power perpetrates war and oppression to maintain itself until it finally topples over with the bureaucratic weight of itself and sinks into the pages of history. Indeed. At her core, she fights for her family and for the cause she believes in. Katniss weaponizes her symbol of the Mockingjay and the well-known three-finger salute, as opposed to the one-finger salute. To a hand, basically the same. She just holds it up and goes, "Read between the lines." Advance her agenda. The relevance of her fight is apparent in similar struggles today, of course. Let's see. Capital's economic exploitation of the districts mirrors the unchecked greed, moral erosion. Indeed, indeed. That all came to a screeching halt in Mockingjay when the Capitol captures PETA, effectively capturing Hope. Abrupt thwarting of PETA's agency marks a turning point, emphasizing the Capitol's ruthless grasp, not just on individuals, but also on the very essence of optimism. Nonetheless, he refused to be manipulated and refused to betray his spirit. PETA's character, like Katniss's, contributes to the overarching message of resistance with the depth, not necessarily a fearless leader, but true moral compass. Indeed. Signature catchphrase, snow lands on top, even corrupts itself. Affirmative transforms, the affirmation transforms from a reinforcement of his hope to stay above water to a destructive, threatening utterance. Hunger Games Sunrise on the Reaping. Gardens bloom across 30 countries. Teasing trailer launch. Sunrise on the Reaping. Over the past week, large-scale floral installations have been appearing in cities around the world, quietly building intrigue before the official reveal. From London to Sydney to Bangkok to Milan, the unexpected arrival of these sculptural gardens, quote-unquote, sparked widespread conversation online, fans sharing images, speculating on the meaning, tracking sightings across social platforms. Behind the global rollout, Lionsgate partnered with Blacklist to develop a master toolkit that would take an initial U.S. activation concept and expand it to a cohesive international campaign. Blacklist was tasked with translating the original installations into a system that could be adopted by territories worldwide, ensuring consistency while allowing for local interpretation. Oh, wow. Beautiful. These are some of the images. November 20th. Beautiful. Dang. Nice. Totally forgot today is Met Gala Day, which in contrast to what the Hunger Games and how the Capitol dress is. Very true. I heard the tickets into the Met Gala are $100,000 US apiece. So, you know. Capital City, am I right? At the center of the toolkit was a clear visual direction rooted in the film's key iconography, with the intertwined Mockingjay and snake forming the basis of every installation. Floral elements were integral. Very cool. So cool. As the gardens began to appear, the campaign quickly gained traction. The staggered rollout encouraged discovery, with earlier installations building anticipation of what's to come. Very neat. So very neat. I love that. In the 15 years since its publication, what is the impact of the Hunger Games? Global, I don't know, global enjoyment? I mean, that's pretty good. We could use more of that. When I told my friends it's been 15 years since the first Hunger Games book, it's been longer now. This was 2023. They all responded with shocked versions of what? No, there's no way it's been that long. That's the crazy part. That is the crazy part. I hear so much of that at this point when anybody brings up anything, and I'm just thinking to myself like, oh my God, where'd the time gone? What happened? When I told my middle school age students, they all responded with shocked versions. I didn't know the book was that old. Despite the disbelief from both camps, it's true. Oh, gosh. Can we say, let's avoid the word old. Let's workshop a new word for that. Classic. It's a classic. Even that sounds like old. Despite the disbelief from both camps, it's true. It's been 15 years since 2008. It's about to be 20, by the way. When The Hunger Games by Suzanne Collins was first published in the time, the series has sold over 100 million copies, and it's still on the New York Times bestseller list, where it's been for the last 297 weeks. I'm sorry, what? That's more than 5 years without missing a week. That's crazy. The series remains popular enough for the prequel, Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, to achieve bestseller status itself in 2020. Mobile movie version of the prequel is coming out this month. Impact of the series can be measured in more than just movies and book sales. It's a book that keeps inspiring and connecting with new readers, like my students, who are currently writing Hunger Games fan fiction, even though they weren't alive when the books were first released. It's a book that lives on in the minds of... Boy, we have different definitions of fan fiction, don't we? Hunger Games also had a major influence on the trajectory of the publishing industry and what we read. Increased popularity of YA books and dystopian stories came out in 2008, 9, and 2010. They were instant hits and topics of conversation. The YA book market was already expanding at this time. Of course, Twilight and whatnot. Hunger Games in particular catapulted YA dystopian novels into the spotlight. Future best-selling series like Divergent, there you go, The Selection, The Fifth Wave, Legend, Matched, and Shatter Me. Dystopian and YA books had, of course, been matched up before in books like The Giver. How many of us have had to read The Giver in school as mandatory reading? Summer reading. Feed, Uglies, but none of them had the same monumental sales of The Hunger Games. More adults reading YA books. Hey, you know why that is? Because adult life sucks, okay? There's the answer. I figured it out. Adult life is trash. Trash. Harry Potter, Twilight series were both obviously huge publishing sensations previously, and both hugely expanded the number of adults who read YA books, but The Hunger Games built on this trend. Books contained elaborate descriptions of fashion and a love triangle, but the larger philosophical questions, social critique within the books appealed to both teenage and adult. 2012 study found that 55% of YA readers at the time of publication were adults. In fact, the most popular demographic of YA readers was 30 to 44, because we're all dying to go back. We are dying to go back. And it's just not possible. But we live there in our heads. One long-lasting result was for characters to age up, with more YA characters being 16 to 19 instead of 14 to 16. Older readers also create a trend of more mature content in YA books, which remains controversial. Not surprising. I did not, but the UK has a national curriculum. I read the books for the first time as an adult. Nice. Yeah, I mean, hey, a good story is a good story, right? Doesn't matter how old you are. It literally doesn't matter. Unlikable female heroines. Archetype became hugely popular in dystopian fiction, other YA fantasy. Haven't talked about side braids or the increased participation of young women in archery. Now we'll continue with the film adaptation of the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, which I admit I wasn't 100% jazzed about, but my students, the next generation of Hunger Games fans, are over the moon excited about it. Well, yeah. The fact that it's jumped generations is just amazing. Amazing. I guess Harry Potter has as well, for the most part. I think I read the books in preparation for the first movie. Nice. 2012, I was 11. It's so funny how, as kids, we all want to be adults. Then we're adults reading books, watching movies, buying stuff we couldn't have as kids to try to escape adult life. Indeed, Joanna. That is the cycle. That is the cycle. Very correct, Willow. Oh, boy. Yeah. I mean, how many times were you told no about something as a kid, and then you start to get adult money, and you're like, hey, I'm going to indulge in that. Because why not? Yeah, it scratches the nostalgia itch, which I think we're seeing a lot of right now. Like, everywhere you look, things are coming back from, like, the 90s, early 2000s. It is everywhere. Everywhere. They're bringing back shows from then. They're bringing back, like, toys from then. They're bringing back everything from then. Food, even. I mean, Taco Bell was doing the decades menu. It's like... it's like as soon as millennials, which I am of one, as soon as millennials got into any position of power, they immediately just said, okay, we're going back. Going back in time, guys. Everybody hold on. I don't think adults ever really grow up. True. That's very true. Some do, and they become... lack of a better word, jaded. I think we all get jaded to an extent, but boy, there are some adults. You know what I mean? Like they're adults. Like they've fully left childhood. Like no whimsy, nothing. Like they are just serious, not fun adults. And then there's probably the majority of us that absolutely are trying to grab and hold on to all the whimsy we can grab. Just trying to keep that little bit of serotonin, you know? Enjoying things that we, you know, either missed out on or maybe we enjoy, and we just try to keep the, keep the joy alive. Like, adult life can be very repetitive. I think what made school and growing up so much better is the fact that every year was a little different. You know, going through school, every school year was different. You had that to look forward to. You had semesters. You had summer to break it up. You had different classes that would be different teachers, professors, different people in those classes. You were seeing different people. And then you get to adulthood, and unless you're changing jobs every year or every 6 months, you're not getting that change up. Like, it is extremely repetitive, to the point where you are technically working for the weekends. You know, try to get away, look at something else instead of your coworkers. Try to find that joy in any way possible. So it's very interesting. It's super repetitive. That's what I'm noticing anyway. And unless you change jobs or move, like, it is just going to be the same, the same day in, day out. So we escape into these beautiful things, these beautiful stories, movies, shows, books, anything. And it's a nice little respite from the daily grind, shall we say. Funny thing to say on a Monday. The grind is back, baby. The grind is back. All right, let's move on to the next one before I continue this existential crisis and talking about, I don't know, life. Let's go ahead and jump into... You see how that started? Just a little comment, and then it just... I was just moving through it. Oh my gosh. Speaking of joy, let's go ahead and inject ourselves with some joy. Seems like today's stream is just romance adjacent books and then Dan and Phil. Pretty much, yeah. Pretty much, yes. It was a good little rant. Indeed. I have them from time to time. I'm glad you enjoy them. Yeah. Sit in that moment real quick. Yep. Okay, moving on. Heated Rivalry cast complete in a compliment battle. Here we go. This will pick us right back up. I mean, at least Dan and Phil keep the romance theme. True. That's a great point. That is a great point. And now you know why I scheduled Dan and Phil at the end, because I knew it would be ending on a high note. All right, here we go. Heated Rivalry cast compete, in a compliment of my wounds, the soother of my heart, the light of my path, my soulmate, person that finds out what plane you're taking and then shows up at the airport to meet you at the gate. Like, this is a little much. That was unbelievably unhinged. That prediction was correct. Or that summary was very correct. Oh my gosh. They are so funny together. It's just brilliant. Brilliant. What's better, the show or them just doing interviews together? I'm assuming the show is better, but doing interviews, their personalities, who they are as people is amazing. Truly. Link down below in the YouTube video description for the original video. Go through it. Some much deserved love. Also check out the channel, of course. Teen Vogue has a lot of great videos on there. Let's go ahead and bring up some information on the upcoming Connor Story projects. From April X to Heated Rivalry Season 2. Hosting Saturday Night Live at the end of February 2026 was just the start of Connor Story's booked and busy schedule. The actor who also appeared as the young inmate in Joker, Folie à Deux, plays half of the dynamic duo in the gay hockey romance series, which follows his character, Russian player Ilya Razumov and Hudson Williams' Shane Hollander, who fall in love as they compete against each other on the ice. Story can also be seen in the Hulu and Hello Sunshine limited series Tiny Beautiful Things as well. Criminal Minds Evolution Season 19, May 28th. Story will guest star in the upcoming Season 19 of Criminal Minds Evolution. Nice. April X, September 2026. Will star alongside Lily Krug in April X, psychological sci-fi thriller in which the pair play twins, Bax and April. Quote, when April goes missing, Bax searches every dark corner of the post-Soviet cityscape trying to find her. Not him getting another Russian. They must have really liked his Russian accent. They're like, hey, let's get him in this as well. Thanks for the follow. I appreciate it. Sunrise Films and Rialto Distribution have jointly acquired North American rights to the near-future set film. Plans a theatrical release in more than 500 theaters in late September. Heated Rivalry Season 2, of course, is coming 2027. Production's aiming to start in August of this year. Nice. We got Peaked, which is an A24, Studio A24. Great film production team. Comedy Peaked, which centers two girls that would have... Wait, what? Two girls that would have traumatized their high school classmates trying to relive their glory days at their 10-year reunion. Molly Gordon, Ali Levitan are set to star alongside Emma Mackey, with Gordon directing. From a script written with Levitan, let's see. Laura Dern's going to be in there. Simone Ashley. Interesting. Gabby Windy. A24 is set to finance the project and produce alongside a whole bunch of people. Also exclusively reported that Dua Lipa has boarded the project. Nice. Interesting. That could be kind of cool. Oh, gosh. High school classmates trying to relive their glory days at their 10-year reunion. Oh, my gosh. That's going to be something. Papa Asadou, Hudson Williams, Omar Apollo, and Nara Smith join Amazon MGM thriller Tyrant. David Wheel has commenced production on Tyrant with 4 new additions to the LA Amazon culinary thriller. Interesting. So he's no longer unemployed. There we go. He is getting fed. Appreciate the follow. Thank you so much. It's a crazy combo of people. It is. People who only watch the show's movies and not interviews are going to start thinking he's actually Russian, right? Oh my gosh. That's crazy. Character details are under wraps. The actors join an ensemble led by Charlize Theron, Julia Garner, Demi Moore. Wow. That is an odd group of people. One of the few high-profile films shooting in LA this year, Tyrant's logline, is being kept under wraps, but it's said to be a high-stakes thriller in the vein of Wall Street and Whiplash, set within New York City's elite fine dining scene. Interesting. Very, very interesting. I don't know what that's going to be like. Jacob Tierney teases The Long Game might be split between seasons, addresses racial backlash against Hudson Williams. Heat of Rivalry hype train shows no signs of cooling down anytime. Expected to premiere in April 2027. May not cover the entire plot of The Long Game. 6th and longest installment in Rachel Reed's Game Changers book series. Book also serves as a direct sequel to Shane Hollander and Ilya Rozanov's relationship after the events depicted in Heat of Rivalry, of course. Quote, "Who said I'm doing it all? There's a lot of material," Tierney said, perhaps suggesting that some storylines involving Shane and Ilya might continue into another subsequent season. To help craft the complex and mature nuances of the upcoming season, Tierney enlisted Michael Goldblack as his co-writer. Mike is not just an old dear friend of mine I've known for years, he's legitimately one of my favorite writers. I said this to him the other day because I'm about to read his first draft of a script. I was like, I'm so effing lucky that I get to read your writing again, and it's for my show. He writes so much with so much heart and humor, and he's so smart, but he also does a thing where he zigs when you're supposed to zag. Tierney also explained how the writing duo would remain faithful to the source material while mapping out a new season. Quote, "When I talked to Rachel for the first time about Heat of Rivalry, I wanted to take this seriously because I think that's what the material deserves. There's a version of it that's pulpy and soapy, but I wanted to take it seriously because I am really transfixed by this relationship. Part of what transfixed me was knowing where it was going with The Long Game. Rachel took them very seriously, and these little tidbits in the first book become real issues for them later on. The Long Game is like sex scenes from a marriage. I don't want to say we are making Bergman here, but you've got your happy ending, you're in love, you get to be in a relationship, but as most adults know, you think that's when it gets easy? Nope. Absolutely not. That's when it gets hard. That's when you have to make real decisions. That's when real life can often muck you in the face or smack you in the face. Whichever way. It can do a lot of things to you. Oh my gosh. Hello from Australia. Well, welcome in. Glad you're here. Is there pressure in trying to... we have quite a few people in the Discord from Australia. Is there pressure in trying to balance the new material's heavy drama with the buzzy on-screen romance? Tierney assures that he and Goldblack have steady hands. We're continuing to take this relationship on a journey that will end happily. Spoiler alert. But along the way is full of ups and downs and realizing loads of crap about yourself, about your partner, about how you want to live, what it means to live as a queer couple in the world, what you want out of your privacy or in your public life. We're just continuing to give Shane and Ilya the seriousness that this love affair deserves, while also continuing to exist within the confines of the genre they're in, which I love. I want them to be happy, but I also want the show that it's not that easy. Because part of what Rachel does so brilliantly in her writing is to give queerness joy, but also not pretend like the world isn't the world. Like, it's not just raindrops and sugar plums and all that stuff and like, oh, and then they live happily ever after, everybody. Call it a day. I think we're all well aware of the ups and downs that can happen. Let's see. What else? Oh, turning to another aspect of the show's impact, Tierney addressed the complexities of online fandom. Indeed. Dare we say complexities? Is that putting it mildly? The show has seen both support and problematic parasocial behavior as it has grown in massive popularity. This dynamic came to the forefront in March, as we all remember when we were reacting to this, when Williams and his co-stars, Francois Arnaud and Ksenia Karlamova, boy, I might have butchered the ever-loving crap out of that, but I tried, addressed discriminatory remarks from a subset of self-proclaimed fans on social media. In a joint statement on their respective platforms, Williams has been targeted for his half-Korean heritage. Karlamova, who is Russian Trinidadian, has been criticized for playing a character whose book counterpart is white European. Arnaud has been targeted for his bisexuality. Quote, don't call yourself a fan if you share racist, homophobic, biphobic, misogynistic, ageist, ableist, parasocial, bigoted comments of any kind, the statement read. None of us need your hateful, quote, love. We all respect and support and love each other and on the same side. If you can't accept that, then get the F out of here. And let's see. Cast members Robbie, Reed, and Tierney also reposted the message. We didn't expect any of this attention or reaction from a public that might not exist at all. We've learned a lot since the show aired, and there's a lot to think about moving forward in terms of the fandom and all that comes with it, negative and positive. Well, here's the thing, right? You cannot control the fandom. That is facts. Like, clearly, you just can't. So, speaking out against it might work. Will it 100% solve the problem? Probably not, right? But, at least they put the put that comment out. Yeah, it is. It's unfortunate, right? You're going to have some toxicity in every fan base of any kind. It just is what it is. Any big IP-based show will come with a built-in fan bases that feel strongly about it. It's like with anything else, you just have to get in business with people you trust and have a producing team with them that you believe in and support them as much as you can. We talked to our Harry Potter cast and crew about what to expect on social media, how to handle it, but any kind of security that's needed, an unfortunate aspect of doing IP shows, we just try to be mindful and monitor it. Well, there you go. Very, very interesting. All right, let's go ahead and jump into the final video of the stream. It is Gays Against Humanity. This is from Dan and Phil 1 year ago. And on a high note, this is going to be hilarious and raunchy. I can tell just from the thumbnail you see before you. This vid is so funny. I bet it is. I cannot wait. All right, let's jump into it.
Hello, Dan and Phil Games quiz, and welcome.
Whoa, if you weren't, you are now. Yes. This is how the brainwashing happens.
You're joining the club, and welcome to the San
Joining the
Diego
club.
dressing room.
We got brown.
It's brown.
We got beige.
Welcome in,
We
JJ.
got yellow.
Do you know what it needs? More brown.
Who designed this? Dan Howell
Nice.
in 2009.
I think
Welcome
it was the
in.
capybara from
Glad
the
you're
zoo.
here.
Explain your fashion choices.
Me, explain your fashion choices.
How-
What is this?
how
bin
dare-
bag
how
pocket.
dare you.
Ooh, a little piece of rat trash.
I'm like a sexy bin bag from the year 3000.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and I'm your
You
plant.
shouldn't get to wear that
Daddy.
if you kill the plants.
I can.
You're a neglectful father.
No, it's like a kind of dominant
It's like-
relationship. We've had a couple of days off. We went to the beach. I had a lovely time. Look how happy I was on the beach.
Emo in his natural habitat.
Yeah.
I hate sand. It gets everywhere. Also, shout out to Phil's leg for absolutely saving whole.
I mean,
I don't know. Phil's
what
shorts
happened?
had ridden up
My
quite
shorts
a lot.
had gone so far.
And that leg was saving the day. We
Bobby-
almost saw.
Oh my gosh.
Saw full fussy.
We did.
And today, from the makers of
Then he's still. Oh my god.
Yes, we will use that clip every single time we refer to it.
Who have sponsored this channel? Thank
for
you very
sending us all
much.
these horrible games, such as
Including-
today's Inquiries.
Queer.
The LGBTQ plus party game that answers your inquiries.
Yes. And after we play this, if it inspires you to get it, you can click the link below.
I thought you were going to be like, after we play this, if this has inspired you to be gay,
Yes.
give it a go. Link in the description. Use code Dan and Phil.
There's no code.
To tell your therapist who made you gay. Why did this come with this? Does the winner get a Burger King
Oh my
gay
gosh.
crown?
Is it going to fit on my head?
The Burger Yas Queen. How to play. Read a question, pick an answer. As always, when we play these games, if you
Seems
get
easy enough.
offended, if this is horrible, if it's disgusting,
Blame the
them.
game.
It's
It's-
or
Right.
you for your dirty, dirty mind.
Yeah.
And our first question today is, yes, coming out was hard. But what was harder?
Alright.
Took me 29 years and it was an email, so come on. Well, I've got a number of things that would just be horrible.
I can't say one of these, Dan.
I feel like you have to say it.
Oh my god.
Here we go. Yes, coming out was hard. But what was harder? Curly hair. You don't understand.
You're dealing
Going
with the curly
from
hair.
Lego brick emo hair to curly Dan. That was hard.
You had some hair
I had a
straightener
lot
issues.
to learn. It was harder to keep that hair straight than it was to convince all of you that I was straight on the internet for 10 years.
So much steam came off it when you straightened it as well. It was
Hell
like
yeah.
fully sizzling.
Yes, coming
my
out was hard.
gosh.
But what was harder?
Taking a dick so far on my ass that I factory reset.
Oh my
No,
gosh.
no. Edit it out.
What?
Hold on.
Oh my. That was 0 to 100 so fast. Oh my gosh.
Hola. Ni hao. I feel like I answered the question
You answered
as
it.
well as we could honestly could.
I went for
But
shock
I think
value.
we can both be honest that the shock value wins. So there you go.
Yes.
Well done, Phil. It's going to be one of those games.
Yeah,
Your
that
friends
was
have charisma, uniqueness,
shock
nerve, and talent.
value
What do you
100%.
Okay.
I've still got that horrific card from before.
No.
Into the fire.
I think that's the worst thing they've ever
perfect
said,
one.
actually.
You
Oh
say
my
you've got
God.
a perfect one. I've got the perfect
Card lives
one.
rent free in my
And
head.
is this perfectly unhinged disgusting, or is it
No,
an actual
it's-
good
it's an
answer?
actual good
Okay.
answer.
Your friends have charisma, uniqueness, nerve, and talent. But what do you have, Phil?
A 40-page guide on how to be a plant parent. It's too perfect.
And this bitch has not read a page.
Hey, I'm doing
He
better.
has not read the opening line.
They're not screaming
That's
anymore.
like everyone that brings my book to the meet and greet and says,
Yeah, I have crippling anxiety, but I'm gonna read it at some point.
Okay, look,
Oh,
I'm
no.
trying my best. They're being watered by the field. Okay, Dan, your friends have unt, but what do you have?
I have lesbians with mummy issues.
Oh, the audience. That's good.
Don't act offended.
No, it's true. Also, come to our tour. You'll meet a fellow lesbian sat next to you.
And you'll see a mummy on the stage.
Oh, it's close. I feel like they were both excellent. Not to toot my own plant horn, but I feel like you clocked the audience there.
100%.
You're getting it.
I'm getting ding ding ding.
Ding dong.
Sorry. Hello. Right, round 3.
Dry.
Hey, can my girlfriend
Why
and
do
I
you
buy
clock
you a drink?
90%?
We saw you across the bar and loved your blank
We saw you across the bar and we loved your...
Jojo Siwa side ponytail.
Just imagine you with that ponytail.
Oh
Wait, we
my
edit it on. Stay still.
gosh.
I'm sure that is a look.
She's serving something.
She is.
And I think she's serving lesbians with mummy issues.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
We saw you across the bar and loved your fruity little cocktail.
That is you.
That's me.
That is Phil.
Two cougars see me at the bar with my fruity little cocktail.
You're getting put in a cage.
What's the opposite of a cougar? What's a man cougar? A panther.
Okay, Phil's just out here inventing terms. Straight people watching, do not learn from him, okay? Phil
A
does not
bear.
represent the community. Phil will dead ass walk up to a bartender and go, "What is your sweetest drink?"
I will. I always say
That's
that.
actually the phrase that he says.
Because nowadays it's cool to have like a musky, horrible Dan drink, but I'm like, no, I want the sugar, I want the marshmallow
Excuse me?
inside my mouth. We got propositioned by two cougars in
Here's a
Jamaica.
little- we did.
They really gave me
They
a
went,
old
"So how old are you
arm
guys?"
stroke.
And I went, I'm 19. And she went, oh.
Oh. The next morning at breakfast, she was like, do you like the mimosas? I was like, oh, you've got
in another world, Phil.
I'm on the wrong team.
You'd have been in.
That's so funny that Dan is like, yeah, I'll just take whiskey on no rocks, just whiskey neat. And Phil's like, I want at least 3 umbrellas in whatever drink you're going to bring me.
There.
She was rich. I could have been a baby daddy.
And a sugar baby.
Oh, yeah.
Cancel. Right, it's cancelled.
I think this is more relevant to me.
This is more relevant to the times, but that is so deeply specific.
That's the sign
There you go, Phil.
that I'm a little bit fruity.
Oh, God. Our one rule when having a threesome together
gosh.
is blank.
Okay.
Ayo.
Oh.
Back up.
Oh, my God. I'm not going to use it, but my first card was the green M&M.
Our one rule is
the green
has to
M&M.
be the green M&M. Our one rule when having a threesome together is
A powerful woman in a pantsuit. She's got to be in a pantsuit.
I want Hillary Clinton.
Yes, or nothing.
You need to Pokemon Go to the threesome.
Our one rule when having a threesome is...
That's a deep cut.
Ambidextrous bisexuals. Hell yeah.
Ambidextrous.
Because did you know all bisexuals are ambidextrous?
Yes.
That's how it works.
It's a fact.
If you are bisexual and you didn't know that, happy to help. And you know what they can do.
Stop it. No.
Everything both ways.
Wow. Both sides.
Wow.
Yours is annoyingly perfect.
It's so perfect. Come on, hello.
But what
Who's
about the
your
powerful
third?
pantsuit woman?
What we need is ambidextrous bisexuals in pantsuits.
Yeah, let's both get it.
Ooh.
I think it's a draw.
Take it, I don't care.
Hello from the future. The microphone's about to break, and we just realised that it happened. So, sorry about
Enjoy
the
the
audio.
next few minutes of your life. You know when you come out and then
Oh,
you
no.
realise
Yes.
how much better life is than the time when you weren't?
Yeah.
We can all experience that now by how awful we're about to sound in 3, 2, 1. I have a perfect one.
Wait, I want to read it. If queer people know how to do anything right, it's...
Honestly, it's not bad. I was expecting way worse.
Hey, I got the perfect answer.
What? Wait.
Yep,
No, I'm
this
not
was
ready.
me.
Ah.
Oh god. If queer people know how to do anything right, it's...
I'm attacking myself here. It's dyeing your hair to unlock a new personality.
The self-roast.
Yes.
Oh,
my God.
that's
I
hilarious.
did it right. If queer people know how to do anything right, it's...
Googling boys kissing boys on the family computer.
No.
Don't lie to me. I know
The
what you did
ancient-
when you were 13.
Do you know what I used to do? I'd be like, oh, I'll accidentally click on it. I'm like, oh,
Yeah, oh my god, that would be me.
didn't-
I'd see
didn't mean to click on
emo
that.
boys kissing 5 minutes, and then I'd watch it, and I'd be like, I accidentally clicked on
I
it.
didn't mean to look at it.
I'm
no.
watching it because I want to
Right.
know how much I hate it.
Yeah.
God, I wish that was me.
You need to know.
And yet your one was so personal. You get
It
it,
was
Phil.
so
You get it. We
great.
asked
That is such a
50
good one.
lesbians what they did in their spare time. They answered.
Oh,
Okay,
no.
well, as we know from being on tour, there's quite a lot of lesbians watching us. I don't want to get them wrong.
Read them for Phil. Drag them so hard they go back to the time they realise that they're reading Dan and Phil fan fiction.
Okay.
Not because they're turned on by it, but because they want to have that same kind of relationship with someone else.
Sure.
Their gender.
We asked 50 lesbians what they do in their spare time, and they answered.
Hey, Doc Martens warehouse sale.
Oh my God.
I mean,
Hey, they're practical.
They are.
All right, Phil. We asked 50 lesbians what they did
They're
in
a
their
good
spare
shoe.
time. They answered.
a big sleigh. Sleigh.
Pandering.
I'm pandering.
to the audience.
Oh, you're Doc
They
Martens
can't
one.
help it.
I
but
know.
Do a big sleigh.
You're just slaying.
Give it to me.
You have it. You can
Yeah,
have it.
Dan
Boom.
definitely
Next
took that one.
Oh no. A glory hole, but
Oh,
with
no.
blank.
Blank. Ooh.
What is on the other side of that hole?
Good question.
Oh no.
Well, you've got
Oh no.
Oh, I can't. A glory hole, but with.
Your therapist. It's what, you need
What?
it. You need it.
No.
Have some fucking therapy.
Look through the hole in your
On the
therapist.
issues,
no.
okay? We're having an emergency session right now. A glory hole, but with...
A sassy waiter. I don't know. There wasn't any good cards for that. I could have said Ellen DeGeneres.
No, oh god.
We've gone with the sassy
wait,
waiter.
I'm gonna frickin'...
He could just post some fries through it, and I could go.
Oh, fuck. Catch me on the floor in that train station.
You're
just being
ordering
like,
appetizers at the hole.
For the cleverness of not being dirty, you can get.
My favorite little fact is most of the screaming teenage girls that watched them 10 years ago are now mostly trans boys and lesbians.
Yeah. the therapist.
Oh, because I accidentally saved the most disgusting question.
Well
Hell yeah,
done,
thank
well
you.
done. We're back with crispy audio.
Oh,
Yay.
hey.
All right, next one. The plus in LGBTQ plus is referring to blank.
Ooh.
Someone out there is not feeling included in this video.
They're about to be included. Plus in LGBT plus is referring to
wearing turtlenecks.
there is
You're gay.
there is something inherently
Steve Jobs.
queer
You're gay.
about a turtleneck.
All architects and some graphic designers. You're gay. There is nothing more inherently queer than trying to cover up as much of your body as possible with something choking you lightly.
Yes, it's fully a whole thing.
The plus in LGBTQ plus refers to
an angry asexual. I mean, you get the A now. But if you're in the plus,
angry asexual.
just a single angry asexual.
Tag yourself. Are you out there? I'll see you down in the comment section. Who is the angry asexual?
Shout out to all the
That
asexuals
just
watching.
want some representation.
Especially the
Hello.
angry one.
Oh, you get that.
Yes.
100%. Right, penultimate.
Oh.
This year's Pride was sponsored by blank.
NordVPN. No, not today.
Today's no.
Should have asked them.
Damn, I got a three-way street here, and I'm not sure which way
Three-way.
to go.
Are you feeling top, middle, or bottom?
You can't ask that.
I mean, well, choose
that's
one.
problematic. This year's Pride was sponsored by
A see-through mesh tank top. Which is
How
what you are wearing.
fucking dare you?
Get
He
on that
jumped
float,
in front
show
of
off
him.
those nips. You're like 1% see-through.
If the light shines at me wrong, the perforation is a problem.
It's an issue. It's
Yeah,
an issue.
yeah.
This year's Pride is sponsored by
Charlie XCX.
Ah, perfect.
It's timely.
It's timely.
I also had sponsored by Uranus.
the planet.
The planet.
You've got to pick one.
I'm going with Uranus.
Uranus.
Is the 12-year-old XD humor?
No,
coming through
I'm
Uranus?
dragging you with the see-through mesh tank top. Yes.
Right, let's do one more.
Okay. Straight people have sports. We have.
Oh.
Blank.
Okay.
Okay,
What
let's
have we
define
got?
ourselves. Let's put ourselves in a box. Here we go. No good options.
Oh.
And by good, I mean horrible. I don't know if I have the nerve to say this.
What? We're getting monetized
I know what I
today.
have to do.
Straight people love sports. We have 10-inch ones. we gotta blur it out.
Hey,
No.
some straight people.
They do. Straight people have
so
sports.
funny.
We have.
Finger popping each other's.
There you go.
No. Stop holding it up. We're not having that in the video.
It's
my
our
God.
culture.
Who is us? What are we
I don't know
doing?
what I'm saying. I don't know what I'm doing.
This game
It's gone way
is
too
too far.
It's
Right.
gone way
You can
too
have it
far.
just because I'm so shocked.
I don't want it.
Well done.
I don't want it.
Oh.
Straight people win this round. We lose.
You can-
As a culture, we lose.
You can be wholesome and queer. We are just choosing the worst possible card.
It didn't need to be like this.
No.
We are a bad example of the community.
We're a terrible influence.
We are taking back
That's the name.
straight people
tour.
being allowed to laugh at this
Yeah.
now. The video is now a hate crime. You have to
Yeah.
be completely silent for the rest of it.
But you know what is a good thing? I got more cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in a draw. Yes. Crown me, Dad.
There you go.
Is this a
Way
Dan
to
versus
go,
Phil?
Phil.
Is it a
we
crown?
didn't bring the board.
Let's
at
just
all.
say it's an honorary Dan versus Phil.
Who's get this guy? Hey, I just won something. Can it be a Dan versus Phil?
Da 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 da. Ah no!
I crowned the biggest gay in the USA.
Yes. Thank you, everyone. I don't think I should be proud that I won this game. This is
No,
horrifying.
horrible. If that made you laugh and you want to play it with your besties, there is a link to get it down in the description.
Grab in
Thank you to
queries.
the makers for sending it to us.
Yes, and for
That's so
sponsoring
cool.
us.
It's traumatized us.
Do you know what would be great? If you guys came and
What?
kept us company in the USA.
Oh my god, look, what is this?
The fact that they can take such a Cards Against Humanity kind of game and make such a stellar video out of it is just amazing.
Look
What
at
is
this.
over here on that screen?
What's going on?
It's our set.
tiny set.
Oh,
Do
it's
you
the set.
see it? We're about to walk out and do it. We're about to put those outfits on.
It's about to happen. And you can be sat there with us. If you want to join us, go to danandphiltour.com. It's going to be fun. It's going to change your life in ways you didn't even know.
You didn't say in a good way. I just want to say thank you to all the straight people,
Chemistry's
allies,
unmatched,
or just
absolutely.
curious perverts that stay watching us. You're
Yes.
some of the good ones. We really make it quite tempting to just stop watching us,
But
and
we
yet you're still here.
appreciate
so
you.
Thanks.
Subscribe
You're
if
the real
you're
victims.
new. Give us a like.
Who's watched this whole thing?
I
Is now
don't.
gonna
No one's.
consider
No one's gonna
subscribing.
want to
They
subscribe.
ran.
Watch our last videos in animation.
Clickety over there.
Click
See you
it.
next time. A ciao.
Bye. Hello, Dan.
So good. So good as always. Oh my gosh. Inquiries. Link down below in the YouTube video description for the original video. Go throw it some much deserved love if you haven't already. You probably have. But amazing. Amazing. They make even card games fun and exciting and hilarious. That is a true talent. Because for the most part, I don't know, you try to do something like that and it probably isn't as fun, probably isn't as hilarious, probably isn't as worthy to put on the internet. But they do it so flawlessly every time. It's perfect. It's crazy. They just played the date night card game on their live yesterday. It was hilarious and cute. That's awesome. Very cool. Let's go ahead and bring up some Dan and Phil TikToks, shall we? And then we will get you out of here so you can, do what you're going to do for the week. I don't know what you're going to do, what your life entails, but I hope it's a good one. All right.
Blowing.
Wow.
It's electric, and then I'm going to touch Dan's nose next to the microphone, and then we can see if we can get an audible noise.
I love that I don't get to agree to this.
I'm going to charge it up.
He's scooting. See, Phil naturally drags his feet when he walks. He sounds so loud. Phil is the most chalant walker you've ever associated with in your entire life.
I'm charged.
He is so unfeather-footed.
Get close. That was really bad. Did you hear it?
I fucking felt it. It was my face.
You're like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. It's glowing.
Wow, I've got a radio. I've got super nose now.
That's the new beauty
Smell
thing.
some bullshit up in here.
We could have a thing where I run up and down and then I tighten people's
Electro
paws.
nose therapy. Yeah.
After you're done with me, you're going to be so tight.
To do that.
You think you're clever and funny, don't you? And you just say things on Patreon.
I'm going to see if I can make the most electric, and then I'm going to touch Dan's nose.
Bullshit up in here.
We could have a thing where I run up and down and then I tighten people's
Electro
paws.
nose therapy. Yeah.
After you're done with me, you're going to be so tight.
You think you're clever and funny, don't you? And
He lets it rip on the Patreon, apparently.
full Elizabeth Windsor.
But then if you're up north, it's
Oh, Charles. Like, everything sounds nicer if it comes from a suitably British mouth.
I think the more posh your voice is, the more nice it's going to sound.
Give them a real posh clit, Phil.
Clit.
That was the Queen's English. You don't have to go full Elizabeth Windsor.
But then if you're up north, it's
Oh, Charles.
Dan, you're not doing Diana. No! Oh my god! They're gonna put us in the dungeon. Objects.
British people do say it in their lives.
We do say it.
Yeah, I think we for some reason do say it more often than we should.
Said it a
we
lot
should say it less,
on
but
this
I assume
podcast.
straight people and lesbians and other people do say it.
Yeah,
like
it's
in,
a
like
word that's in our
practical
vernacular.
reasons. I mean, I hope people are, and if not, you should say it more often. Is this one of those like everything sounds nice?
I've started introducing my 13-year-old cousin to Dan and Phil recently. She isn't allowed to watch the videos yet because of the swearing. I mean, yeah, they do get pretty crazy with it. But I'm hoping I can get her interested enough to want to watch them when she finally doesn't have child lock on her devices. I'm sure there's a lot of great, wholesome, wonderful moments of Dan and Phil that, you could kind of show and, hopefully your cousin is into that. Maybe. Or maybe your cousin will just be like, I don't get it. Their older videos are a lot better to show a child. Yeah, probably. Probably, yes. Specifically Phil. Phil has lost, apparently, any filter. It's kind of amazing. The fact that his channel was seen as, like, age appropriate. And then all of a sudden, he's just let it rip. Let it rip. I think they said once out of all the videos they posted on the channel, a grand total of 1 has not been age restricted, so that might be tough. Well, hey, that's a good one. Maybe it'll be like Coco Melon or something, and your cousin will just watch that one video over and over and over and over. That applies to the new era, not pre-hiatus. Todd, you've really met a completely different version of Phil. People used to say Dan was corrupting him. Little did they know. Right. That is so true. So true. I was introduced to Phil just letting it fly. Letting it fly. To be fair, YouTube has crazy restrictions on queer content. Yeah, very true.
if it comes from a suitably British mouth.
I've
gotten to 8,000.
And why am I so chill? Am I like my hamster?
Because you've just accepted that you're hard stuck 7,500.
Whoa, 8,000? Slow your roll.
You have gotten to 8,000.
8,000.
But you settled to a reasonable 7,600.
I'll settle you for a reasonable number if you're not careful.
Why do you think I'm here? I already settled.
Whoa. You settled for the best.
So I'm playing...
He's simply the best.
Whoa.
Better, best, less. What?
It was fine.
It was fine.
Until you continued it.
And why am I so chill? Am I like my...
Mario Kart scores. I started watching him when I was 12. My cousin's parents are so strict on what she watches and plays through, even though her dad swears his head off. That is so true. So true. I would drop swears. I know me. I would drop swears. I still drop swears. I just try to keep this somewhat, keep the content a little clean. Although the content itself can be very not clean. I don't pick the videos. I'm just saying. But I started swearing when I was younger and just drop S word and then eventually like an F word. And my parents would always just be like, "What are you doing? Where did you hear that?" And I'm just like, "Dad." He says it all the time. I don't believe they should have smacked me, but that response was like a smack-worthy answer. I learned it from you, duh. Hard Launch Pod is just them violently arguing half of the time and then saying something adorable and coupley right after. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's a 16-year relationship right there. Comfortable in it, indeed. I can't imagine you swearing, Todd. I know, isn't that crazy? I swear constantly. I swear all the time. Just not on here. I try to refrain a little bit. I don't know. Is it because I want to be brand friendly specifically? A little. But also I don't know. It's weird. I have like a weird relationship with this whole like, oh, these words could come back to haunt me. Like, I do have a normal job, so it's just like, maybe I shouldn't say anything too unhinged, and not be able to reel that back in. So I think that's kind of it. But yeah, I swear constantly in real life. But it is what it is.
Never gone into something more scared and left so pleased.
If a Jaeger bomb is from hell, this is like heaven. It's like a thick Jaeger bomb.
A thick, frothy, nice
Jaeger bomb?
Yeah. Just don't think about the lumps in it.
I've never gone into something more scared and left so pleased since my first gay experience.
Well, now I don't want to drink the rest of this. If a Jaeger bomb is from hell, this is like heaven. It's like a thick Jaeger bomb.
What even is
thick,
that?
Frothy, nice Jaeger bomb.
Yeah. Just don't think about the lumps in it.
I've never gone into something more scared.
What even is that an energy drink with like milk? What is that? You have the magical swear switch. I do indeed. I turn it off for stream. I can't believe Dan still has that t-shirt from 2014. That is impressive. That is very impressive. Although I will say, I probably still have shirts from 2014. White Monster and yogurt. Oh my. Energy drink with yogurt, I think. I can't remember which one, but I'm sure someone will. Oh my gosh. I think it was something like smetana or yogurt situation. Oh my. Yogurt and White Monster. I've had both of those. I have yogurt pretty much every day I go to work. Now I'm trying to picture putting a White Monster in it. So it's like a protein energy drink. Oh my gosh. Have you noticed how restaurants, like a lot of restaurants, are including protein menus or protein items where they haven't before, like fast food and all that stuff? everywhere is so focused on protein and fiber. And what I've found out is that most of them are doing that because apparently you need a ton of protein to counteract those GLP-1 like weight loss drugs. So apparently you have to like adjust your diet. So apparently that's more widespread than I thought. I don't know. I definitely have clothes from that long ago. Same, 100%. Maybe I've thrown out a little bit of it, but that's mainly because they start to get like holes and, weird. Or you spill something on it and you're just like, well, that's the end of that. There's no coming out of that. I mean, I was 9 in 2014 and I'm now 20, so I guess I don't think about it the same way. Yeah, you probably don't have clothes from 2014. That would be very impressive, actually. Very impressive. Might be like an ice cream floaty, like a root beer float, but with white Monster. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Now I'm picturing a Monster root beer float kind of thing. Throw some ice cream on top of a Monster. Like, what even is that? It's like, I need energy, but I also need to increase my sugar. I need to sugar max. I want energy, but I also want a delicious little treat because I deserve it. I just realized you'll be seeing this shirt again soon in Dan and Phil's first Sims video. Really? Nice. I can't wait for that. I love The Sims. Gamer maxing, indeed. Indeed. Oh my gosh. A Mountain Dew float. Oh. I never got into Mountain Dew. Like the standard flavor that looks like radioactive. Never got into that. I know people that fundamentally that is their favorite soda drink or pop drink, depending on where you're located. That is their favorite flavor. And I can't get into it. I don't know what it is, but it's not hitting right. And the look of it is just terrifying. My main jacket's from 2018 and I'm 20 as well. Nice. I'm so excited for you to meet Dill. I can't explain how iconic he is. For a lot of people, I bet that was a little bit of confirmation that they just ran with completely. I drank so much Mountain Dew in high school, pretty sure it would flat out kill me if I tried it now. Oh my gosh. I knew quite a few kids that did that. 100%. They were just living on Mountain Dew. Mountain Dew in the morning, Mountain Dew in the afternoon, Mountain Dew at night. Like just all the way through the day. It's great. Like I'm not even a picky eater or drinker. Like I love pretty much everything that I've ever tried, other than, some really gross stuff. But for the most part, not a huge picky eater. Mountain Dew, for some reason, like I love every other soda flavor there is. Like I've never tried a soda other than those weird like bacon flavored ones that I didn't enjoy. I like Coke. I like Pepsi. I like Diet Pepsi. I like Diet Coke. I like Coke Zero. I like Dr. Pepper. I love, Sierra Mist when it was Sierra Mist. Now it's Starry or whatever. Like there's not a flavor that I've had where I've been like, ew, I don't want to drink this, but except Mountain Dew. That is the only thing I've ever drank where I was just like, this is not for me. I don't know what it is. Naming a sim a combination of their names, Dill Halter, dividing their traits among him and referring to him as their son from the beginning was a choice. Yeah, that is a choice. That is an interesting choice. I understand why they did that. Like it makes sense, but yeah, that was definitely a little hat tip if you look closely enough. I don't know if Sweden has different ingredients than the American ones, but I tried Mountain Dew and it was peak. Tasted like what I want Sprite to taste like. Interesting. You know what? I bet it's 100 times healthier in Sweden than it is in the United States. You probably don't have those food dyes or whatever. Yellow number 5. What even is that? Yellow number 5. Red 40. Blue 3 or whatever it is. Blue number 2. It's like, I don't know if we should be consuming these. I've tried to reduce my consumption of those fake food dyes or whatever. It's difficult. It's real difficult here. Unless you just eat very naturally. I do think half of the American preservatives and E numbers are illegal within the EU. Yeah. Pretty much, yeah. My innards are preserved. They will well outlast me. I will deteriorate, and my innards will still be pristine. All right, everybody. I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. I guess we'll end it. I know. I don't want to end it, but we got to do the week. Unfortunately, we have to. They will stay in peak physical form. Indeed. No matter how much damage I try to do to them, they'll still be in peak form. I hope you all have a great rest of your week, whether I think exam week just ended, or maybe it's still going on for some of you. If it's still going on, good luck on your exams. That's a terrible time, but hey, you'll get through it. School doesn't last forever kind of thing, which is a positive, and also you get old enough, kind of a negative. I hope you have a good week. If you're working, enjoy it, get through it. I will see you back here. You have a final exam tomorrow. Well, good luck. Good luck to you. I hope it goes well. It was always a scary time for me. I'd stay up. I actually stayed up too late once, where I was at the library, and they kept the school library open later for exam week. And I just studied way too late, to the point where I literally slept through the exam. I slept through a final exam. So I emailed the professor immediately after I woke up, and I was basically just begging via email, hey, I stayed in the library till like 2 a.m. I studied when I got home. I fell asleep. I slept through the exam. How do I fix this? How do I remedy this? And one of them, the one that I'm thinking of, basically just said, come by my office. You can take it while I'm doing my office hours, basically. And I was like, all right, whew. Good. So I went to his office, and thankfully it worked out. But yeah, some professors will just be like, too bad. Guess you failed. Just like, all right. I slept through half my exams too because I sucked at studying. I just did what I could, and then I napped. Somehow my grades were just good enough. Only had to retake maths. Well, dang. Oh, maths. I don't even want to talk about maths. I pretend it doesn't exist. Pretend it doesn't. Only had one for my master's, and it was open book, so it was chill. Now that is nice. Open book, open note. I've had exams where they give you like a Post-it note or whatever, and you could write as much stuff on there as you can. Some of them were like, you have to handwrite it, but some of them, you could just make it like 2 font, like the tiniest little font, and just fill that thing with like the whole book. Test over dissertation any day. Oof. Well, hopefully that goes well. Hope your exams go well. Good luck with the work week. If you are working like me, we will get through this one day at a time. We're closer to Friday every second we end this. So keep that in mind. We are closer to Friday stream every second after we end this. That's what keeps me going through the week. I'll be honest. It does. All right, everybody. I hope you have a great rest of your week. Thank you so much for being here live. If you're live, if you're watching at a later date, thanks so much for checking in. I appreciate it. And I hope you all have a wonderful week. Subscribe, follow, all that good stuff. Check out the merch. If you want to request videos and literally control the stream like you saw today, you can do so. ToddReacts.com is how you do it. Glad you enjoyed it. Bye, everybody. I hope you have a great week. Take care. Be safe. See you Friday.